The following is a product of Studio 42.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is football time in Texas.
From Studio 42 on HoweEnterprise.com, this is Howe Bulldogs football.
For the first time in 2023, it's Bo Stevens as the wild dog.
Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GCEC, Sonic of Howe.
Batted away by Gage Carr, and Howe has won in Tioga.
Also brought to you by Corey Hernandez State Farm, Brother Plumber, Attorney Micah Belden, Hit, Roof and Exteriors, Michelle Carney Photography.
Knox leaps and bounds into the end zone for a 20-yarder.
Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, TechWave, Knight Furniture, Ed Meacham State Farm, the Llama Realty Group.
It's picked off at the 45. Coming near side, B.U. Omer in the house.
Also brought to you by All-In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team, Rapid Electric.
And we want to lot it up, and hopefully we do that a whole bunch more times.
Now let's open the Rapid Electric tailgate party and join the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
The 2023 season comes to a merciful end tonight, regardless of the outcome. Howe, who clinched a playoff spot a year ago in this game, will try and finish the season on a much better note than which it began. Howe's intended starting quarterback went down on the first play of the second quarter in game number 1, and the season was rescued by Colin Murphy, who brought his lunch pail to each game on Friday nights. Nearly as many freshmen are as active as seniors on this team, which means the future is oh so bright, and the future starts tonight. It's Lone Oak at Howe, and it's football time in Texas.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
You might know that State Farm agent Corey Hernandez has great service. Corey is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? That's right. State Farm agent Corey Hernandez is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Corey will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit insurancequotetexoma.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Let's join Monty Walker with the Scoggins Funeral Home Senior Spotlight.
All right, this week's Senior Spotlight is Noah Riley. Now, there's only 7 football seniors, so we're talking to basketball players now. When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing in 3rd grade, so I was like 9 years old or so.
And have you played consecutively, and have you transformed into a different type of player maybe when you started?
Oh yeah, when I started, I was the tallest player, so they had me at center. I was tallest by a lot, and then like 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, I was a little shorter, so I was playing guard. And then sophomores, junior, and senior year, I'm one of the tallest, so they've got me at 4.
How tall are you now?
I'm 6'6", 6'7".
How much are you weighing?
Like 180.
Okay, all right. Hey, big news in the Dallas-Fort Worth area this week. Texas Rangers, World Series champions. Are you a Ranger fan, and have you kind of lived through that, these hard times?
Yeah, I remember in 2011, I don't know how old I was, but I remember watching the game, and I just like to watch like when the Rangers are up in the series count. I remember being really sad when the Cardinals went to 4 wins. It was sad.
Yeah, David Freese's name is still not allowed in our house. Your sister is the drum major. Band is heading to state. How excited is she?
She is very pumped. Like on the sideline before the prelims in this area, she was pretty emotional. You could tell that performance meant a lot to him.
You're going to be a senior on this basketball team. What kind of leader are you going to be?
I think really we have the talent to go really far, but I think our basketball team needs leaders who are going to keep our attitudes in check. And like if we drop a game, not get down and drop more games. So we got to like just keep attitudes.
Coach Forsyth, let's talk about him. Is he a tough coach or is he a laid-back coach? Well, what's he like?
I'd say he's a good medium. He can be tough when he needs to be tough, but he's cool. He cracks some jokes.
I hear he's got a lot of jokes, like in class and stuff.
Yeah, it's funny because my sister, me, and my sister's boyfriend are all in the same class, so he has fun with that a lot.
Who's your favorite teacher?
Coach I gotta say Miss Nail, actually. Yeah.
She gets it almost every week. Favorite coach?
Coach Forsyth, 100%.
Why Coach Forsyth? I know the basketball thing, but what is it about him?
I'd say I know him the most as a person. He knows me the most as a person. We can relate to each other a lot.
What's in store for Noah Riley after high school?
I plan on, if I don't go any for basketball, I'm not trying to, but if the opportunity presents itself, I will. But I plan on going to Grayson for 2 years, get an associate's, and then go to Texas Tech for a bachelor's in forensics.
So you're not playing baseball this year. What's the reason there?
I played baseball for 13 years. Started playing when I was like 3, but I kind of got burnt out of it, and also I want to focus on basketball.
What else are you involved with at Howe High School?
Really the only thing, I'm involved with basketball and NHS. I've been in NHS for a while.
So you're like up there at the top of your class-ish too, so do you think you're going to be top 10, or where are you currently standing?
Right now I'm 8, so I should be top 10% by the end of this year.
Have you got a battle going with another kid that I know?
No, he's ahead of me. I think he's like 5. So yeah, I'm not anywhere close to.
Do you think you'll ever have regrets about not playing football?
I think if I wouldn't have gotten hurt, like if I was healthy the whole time, I'd have regrets because I kind of wish I played because I think I'd be an okay receiver. But, I mean, the only regrets is me not having that experience of high school football because I liked it in 8th grade, but I think there's going to be a little regret not playing, in my opinion, yeah.
That is your Senior Spotlight, Noah Riley.
Tonight's Senior Spotlight has been brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home. Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Main line break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
At Independent Financial, supporting our community is at the heart of what we do, which is why we are pleased to support the Howe Bulldogs. Investing in others and helping our neighbors thrive is what we do, and our friendly, knowledgeable banking team is rooting for you in your financial success. Whether you're saving for college, planning for your family's future, or working to grow your business, we'd love to help you accomplish your goals. Come see us at our location on South Denny or visit us at ifinancial.com. Go Bulldogs! We're cheering for a winning season. Member FDIC.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Let's join Monty Walker with the Independent Financial Coach's Corner with Lance Bryan.
All right, Coach, Blue Ridge was a good football team. They're going to make the playoffs. Talk about how they get in. There's tiebreakers and all kinds of crazy stuff. How does that work?
So basically, it's Blue Ridge and Leonard are both at 2 wins in district, and Lone Oak is going to try to get their win against us this Friday night. And so it goes to points first between the three teams that are tied. So you get plus up to a maximum of plus 15 points for if you win the game by more than that, or negative 15 if you lose by that. And basically, when they do that, it comes down to that Blue Ridge and Leonard tie on the points. And so since they tied, then they're the 2 teams that will represent each other or the district in the playoffs. And then they'll go back to head-to-head for determining who gets the 3rd seed and who gets the 4th seed.
North Texas has been a buzz about the Texas Rangers. Did you grow up a Ranger fan? Did you get to watch any of the World Series? I know you're kind of busy this time of year.
I'm not going to lie and say that I haven't. I've definitely missed a lot of games over the last, couple decades. But when I was growing up, I watched games all the time. Baseball was the first sport I ever played growing up, and so I was a huge Ranger fan. I'm a homer fan for every single sport. So the Mavericks, the Cowboys, the Rangers, the Stars. Whatever it is, it's Dallas all the way for me. And so, but yeah, huge Ranger fan growing up. I was watching the game. I've watched a little bit more during the playoffs than I've been able to during the regular season. But I fell asleep in somewhere around the 7th inning, and so I woke up this morning and they were the World Series champs, and it feels like a dream that I never thought would come true. Whenever I was able to, buy $5 outfield seats and sneak down all the way behind the catcher some years when they were really bad, and so really cool to see them on top.
Any more roster moves or depth moves this week?
No, Will Ingram's back, and so he's going to play. Other than that, there's no new call-ups or anything coming up. We're going to keep the JV the way that it was constructed last week, and the guys that are on varsity are going to keep stepping into roles and trying to fill in some spots. And we've got some starters switching around a little bit here and there, giving some guys some opportunities in this last game. But but we're going to roll with the guys that are up and that have been up, and we're going to finish this thing the right way.
The band is heading to state. Your players have been fully supportive of the band program. Talk about that.
We have, I think it's 9 or 10, high school football players that are in the band. So, us supporting the band goes hand in hand, because we're not just supporting the band, we're also just supporting our, teammates along the way. And so we were planning on taking a bus down on the day of the competition, but with the rain potential and weather delays likely, which you plan for weather and then it ends up not happening. I was talking with Miss Liss, and we decided that a send-off might be better since they weren't sure exactly how the competition would go with the rain delays. And then they get there, and there's no rain delays, there's no nothing, everything's on time. And then right when they're getting ready to warm up, they get showered on for about 15 minutes, just enough to get everything wet and create huge problems for them during their warm-up. But then, obviously they went out and, they had one chance at the performance and made it through. And so, we're really happy for them. And so Miss Liss and I talk at least every week, about something, just, because our hallways are right around the corner from each other. And so, really happy for her. And she works really hard, and the band kids really earned it.
Gunner turned in 363 in their snapshot. Howe turned in 364.5. Looks like you're going to stay in Division II. We'll all cross our fingers and toes. Any predictions on where Howe will end up district-wise?
It'll probably be a similar district. Some of the same people will be in the district that we're in it this year. So if you just look in the proximity of us, most of the teams, in our district currently all turned in numbers that should put them in 3A Division II again, with the exception of Leonard. Leonard's going to be on the bubble. They might be 2A Division I, and they'd be one of the biggest in the state, or they'll be 3A Division II by just a few kids. It just kind of depends on where that number goes. And so if they drop out, that could pull, another 3A Division II team with us. I don't think it would come from the east. It'd probably come from the west. So you're looking at, S&S probably, or potentially Valley View. You're starting to get kind of out there after that. But so it could change a little bit, but probably for the most part, it should stay about the same.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. At Independent Financial, supporting our community is at the heart of what we do, which is why we are pleased to support the Howe Bulldogs. Investing in others and helping our neighbors thrive is what we do, and our friendly, knowledgeable banking team is rooting for you in your financial success. Whether you're saving for college, planning for your family's future, or working to grow your business, we'd love to help you accomplish your goals. Come see us at our location on South Denny or visit us at ifinancial.com. Go Bulldogs! We're cheering for a winning season. Member FDIC. Coach, this season has been a struggle since the first quarter of the first game when your starting quarterback went down. You ended up with 7 seniors that were active on the roster. I'll give you a chance to reflect on those that have stepped up to keep the train on the tracks.
I've been a part of a team before where we lost our starting quarterback, very early in the season. And that season went on to be an 0-10 season because it's hard to replace, a position of that importance. And, whenever that happened to us in the first game of the year and Colin Murphy stepped up to the plate and, we kind of had all our eggs in on him. It's like, hey, man, I know you got no reps and you've never really done this, but we need you to do it right now. And he stepped up in a big way. And, we were talking, we were reflecting back with him, just personally with him. And, I was like, Colin, do you remember when you got like 3 days of practice at quarterback and you knew about 4 plays and most of it was just, Colin, you're going to run left, you're going to run light, you're going to hand it right, you're going to hand it left, and then you're going to run it again. And, we're just going to do that. We're basically put in like a middle school offense, just put the ball in the hands of our athlete and just go win a game and just gut it out. And that's exactly what he did. And it wasn't the prettiest game in the world. And he would admit that. We obviously got into a lot more stuff, as we progressed. But, him to step up, in a big way, the week after that and, kind of get the train back on the track, that was a huge moment. And, the kids, they fought through a lot of adversity. We've kind of been a little snake bit injury wise. And, we've had to replace a lot of guys throughout the season. And, it happens sometimes, football's a tough sport. And, unfortunately you get injury bit a little bit sometimes. But, a lot of guys got to step up and they got opportunities. And, the ones that fought all the way to the finish line, I couldn't be more proud of those guys. It's easy to give up when things get tough and they didn't do that. And so, hopefully we get out there and, we go finish this thing the right way and try to go get a win in our last game.
You got Knox Bounds back last week, but the run game struggled. How do you get things back on track against Lone Oak?
So some of that is just, we've got to execute a little bit better up front and, we've got to get on blocks and stay on blocks. Football is a complicated game in the sense that there's a whole lot of things you can do, but, it all boils down to blocking and tackling at the end of the day. And those are 2 things that we have to do better. And so we've got to block up front a little bit better. Running backs got to see some holes whenever the line creates them. And, it works kind of hand in hand. Sometimes people say like, they'll yell, we got to block somebody. It's like, and every once in a while, it's actually the line blocked it pretty well, and the running back might have took the wrong path, or an H-back missed a block. I mean, everybody's got a hand in a play not working usually. And so, but, they've got to do their job up front, and the running back's got to do their job. And, Murphy's reads, we do a lot of run game read stuff, and, he's got to, make quick reads. And, it sounds simple that, just tell a kid to do something really, but you're talking about reading guys that are trying to run at you and hit you as hard as you can. And so, it's hard to make those decisions in, a half a second sometimes, but we're putting it together and, hopefully it all comes together tonight.
For the past 2 weeks, you've had a chance to see some of your freshmen. What are your thoughts on what you've seen, evaluating them?
When they were on the JV, they were doing a lot of really great stuff, and they're breaking big runs, and they definitely stand out in the JV games. Like, in order for a kid to be considered on the varsity as a JV player, like they should stand out every single game on JV. And all those kids that were ever brought up, they all stood out at pretty much the whole year. They never looked outmatched ever in a JV game. But knowing that they are freshmen, they are going to look physically outmatched on a Friday night. And so, I talked with them a lot about their confidence going forward. Like, just because you got moved up to varsity and it wasn't as easy and you kind of got bullied a little bit and you made mistakes, and there were bigger mistakes because there's obviously a lot more people in the crowd, and, you just got burnt for a touchdown, or, you fumbled, or you ran the wrong route, or et cetera. Like, we understood that y'all were not going to be like fully polished and like ready to, know everything to do, but, not to lose confidence and why you got brought up, and, to keep working hard. And those kids know that. And hopefully, going forward, they'll make less mistakes as sophomores than they would as freshmen. And, it's a good something for us to build on, going into next year. If you're going to be, if you're going to struggle, it's always good to be young when you're struggling. So you're getting a lot of guys, some reps, and those kids have done that. And so we're hoping to build on that going forward.
After the game tonight, when do you start looking at the 2024 season? You've got some big, healthy returners coming back. Braden Ulmer comes to mind. When do you start the process of 2024? Immediately. I mean, pretty much the second that one season ends, you start looking ahead at, who you hope to step up and, who's going to be your leaders, going forward. And a lot of times it's the same guys that were leaders the year before. But, anytime you subtract, some leaders from the program, because even though the seniors, Colin Murphy and Seth Goolsby and Luciano, those guys are still going to be around the program, but everybody knows they're not suiting up, on a Friday night again for us in a football game. And so there'll be other guys that step up, and that starts in off season and in the weight room. And those guys, this will be year 3, with me, and so they'll know exactly what we expect in off season, how it needs to get done, so you immediately start to look forward to it. Now, I've gone back and I've rewatched some of the JV games to look for, what we can do with some of those kids going forward, and piece them together with the ones that are coming back. And it's constantly, we constantly talk about it all the time. This is our jobs. This is what we do for a living. All we think and live and breathe sometimes is football. And so, last question. Final game of the year. It's always, tough to see the football season end. How tough is it on a head coach? Usually right after a season's over, I typically get pretty sick. I all of a sudden the adrenaline crash, or I'm getting to all my honeydews that I've, neglected for the last 3 months. Usually there's a huge energy crash, for about a week or so. And, you're kind of going through the motions and you're trying to stay busy. And, I'll probably do a lot of inventory and just stuff where I'm still putting my hands on football equipment, just holding on for a little bit longer. And then, then you start reflecting, about what you can do, differently or better, how you got into this situation or what we're going to do to try to get out. And, that'll be a lot of conversations with the coaching staff and, a lot of experimenting in off season and trying to find that line where it's hard enough but not too hard that we run them out. And, we got to get them ready to go. And so it's a lot of reflection and kind of looking back to what we can do differently. And it's always kind of a somber experience. It's hard to describe. It's because I get another season. I know there's another one coming, but this one just came to a close. And, it's hard to say goodbye, but you're also looking ahead already. And it's a conflict of emotions and not really looking forward to it, going to be honest.
Tonight's Coach's Corner with Lance Bryan has been brought to you by Independent Financial. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Real estate is the key to building long-term wealth. Hi, I'm Dana Thornhill, a local Keller Williams realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I can help you. Call the Llama Realty Group. Call 903-821-6890 and ask us about our complimentary services. Opportunities in North Texas are growing quickly, and the Llama Realty Group can help you with all your real estate needs. Just like here at the stadium, execution is the name of the game. The Llama Realty Group gets the job done. Call 903-821-6890 today. Each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
Got hail? Get hit. Help your home and your community at the same time. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been on the job locally since 2012. Hail damage, wind damage, roof leaks, exterior paint and siding, replace it or repair it, we've got you covered. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been building solid roofs all across North Texas for over 11 years. We will work with your insurance company or your budget to get your home happy again. For a free estimate or inspection, call 972-977-1523. Hit Roof and Exteriors. Got hail? Get hit.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Sonic of Howe. Now let's join Monty Walker with a time travel through Bulldogs history.
The Howe Bulldogs are 6-6 on this day in Bulldogs history. Howe has lost the last 4 games in a row on November 3rd games. The first game was a 39-0 win over the Denison B team at Bulldog Stadium by a score of 39-0. Howe remained unbeaten and unscored on in district play. In 1944, Howe beat Salina 35-0. And in 1960, pounded Lindsay 26-6 as Howe quarterback Tommy Gailey threw for 2 touchdowns and ran in for another. In 1961, Howe was blanked by Royce City 44-0, and in 1967 surprised Anna 32-7 as big nights came from Jimmy Watson and Lynn Cavender. Howe beat Pottsboro 21-0 in the first ever matchup between the schools on this day in 1972. Quarterback Vince Hash had a big night with 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 through the air to Dickie Thornhill. The Dogs lost to Whitewright 21-0 in 1978 on this date, and in 1989 all but secured the district championship with a 35-13 win at Van Alstyne as Jay Skipworth connected with David Cannaday and Jerry Covington for scores. On this date in 1995, Anna beat Howe 20-7. In 2000, Howe lost at Whitewright 14-7. In 2006, Howe lost to S&S 30-20. And in the last game played on this date was in 2017 when the Dogs lost at Pilot Point 34-16. The Howe and Lone Oak series dates back to 1970 when the 2 teams faced each other for the first time in the Bi-District Championship. The Dogs won that night 21-12 behind the combo of Ricky Haining and Jerry Dukes. The overall series is tied 4-4, and Howe has outscored Lone Oak 171-145. The Bulldogs won last year 34-15, and in 2022 won 42-6.
Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Sonic of Howe. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Hi, this is Nino Foles.
And I'm Tyler Grisham. We're the only Bulldogs that ever rushed for over 3,000 yards.
Well, I could have had 5,000 in that slot T that y'all did.
I'd had 6,000 if I were 6'8", 220.
Hey now, both you guys were amazing. Let's just leave it at that.
All I know is that I bet we can agree that Sonic of Howe has great food and big smiles.
Well, it's not just good. It's Sonic good. Hey, Monty, how many yards did you have?
Wow.
Grish, let's go get a Sonic Blast and let me tell you how we beat Pilot Point.
You didn't go 3 rounds though, huh?
Jeez, guys.
This is Coach Jim Fryer.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen.
This is Coach Davey Dubose.
Hey, this is Coach Lance Bryan. I want to personally invite you to join the Howe Athletic Booster Club. They help us in every sport, girls and boys and middle school as well. From the doghouse at the Dog Pound, the Howe Athletic Booster Club raises money to help us through hosting powerlifting meets, running volleyball concessions, and especially through the sales of our Howe Bulldogs Black and White Game Day program. You can pick yours up at each home game. Help us light it up by joining up with the Howe Athletic Booster Club.
Have a great year, Bulldogs.
This is Roger Tidwell, the PA dude here at Bulldog Stadium. The radio guys and I always fight over how hot and cold it is up here in the press box. But if the AC ever quit working, not only would Walker finally shut his trap, he would call Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. Call 903-532-6255. That's 903-532-6255. Shut up, Monty.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
From Studio 42 on HoweEnterprise.com, this is Howe Bulldogs football. You've been listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Well, I got in here flying on 2 wheels, Justin White. For some reason, my mind was on baseball. And I don't know why, but I thought I could go to the Rangers parade today, and it'd be a little walk in the park, get to see them go by, but it was a complete and utter it was a mess.
You thought you could slip in and slip out, huh?
That did not happen. Barely got here on time. Thanks to my wife. She had to tape my boards up. and she drove, so she was going about 95 down to 121 in Central, thanks to the Department of Public Safety for just kind of letting it go by. It's been a whirlwind of a day. If you get a chance to ever go back to the parade for the World Series champions, I highly advise stay away.
No.
Stay unless you have all day and you don't have anything planned for the next couple of days, and you actually can, maybe stay and walk to a hotel. Now that might be a different scenario, but highly advise against it. If you have a broadcast that night, don't do it. It was a bad decision.
Well, hopefully they got another year to improve and figure it out. Maybe next year do the same thing.
Yeah, I tell you, somebody who has organized some parades in my day.
Is it a big F? Give a big F.
I'm not sure I would advise them to keep doing that as far as those people. But it's football time in Texas. Enough about that. Although
it's not the post-game parade.
No, but I highly. I'll tell you this. I've been waiting my entire life. Some of those that know me understand what a Rangers fanatic I am and have been my entire. Well, I can't say my entire life because there's a gap from when you're born to when you become a baseball fan, which was at a young age for me. But living almost every day with this team up and down was very special for me this past week to get that monkey off my back. And not that I had anything to do with it, but when you're a fan, you feel like you're vested and invested in them. And we certainly felt that way at our house. But enough about baseball. It's football time in Texas, Lone Oak and Howe. Now, I may finish every paragraph with Texas Rangers World Series champions somehow. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. There's a run up the middle for 8 yards. World Series Texas Rangers are the champions.
I think we wouldn't have it any other way. All the Ranger fans out there listening. I mean, this is Ranger week.
So Lone Oak comes in at 3-6. They're 1-3 in district. So they're improved on the season. They were over a year ago. They're kind of like the Howe Bulldogs were a year ago. Howe had more success, made the playoffs, but Lone Oak is well on their way to improving their program. They did win a game, as we mentioned, in district this year. Howe is over again this year in district play. Going to graduate 7 seniors. They did the walk and had Michelle Carney take their photos and all of that good stuff. So we're past the senior night. That's happened, and now it's we're just about ready for run-throughs and all of that kind of stuff here fairly quickly. Caroline Slauson is here tonight. She's on the field, and she'll be doing the coin toss in a jacket and got a little toboggan thing on your head. A little chilly tonight, football weather. We got, as we mentioned, we rolled in here on 2 wheels, so we haven't had a chance to check the mics.
At this time, we will have
so we'll check on that. Right now, she should be on channel 1412, so we'll check that. Maybe it got messed up in the previous weeks, but unable to talk to Caroline so far. Justin, you want to go over our hit, roof, and exterior starting lineup for Lone Oak on offense?
Sure. Start on offense, okay. Lone Oak, as you said, comes in 3-6 on the season, 1-3 in district. That one win was against Leonard, which Leonard beat Howe pretty good early in the season. So we'll see how that plays out. But let's start on the offensive line. Left tackle is senior Leland Wedeking. Left guard is Camden Norris. He's a junior. At center is a sophomore Tyson Hampton. At right guard is Camden Norris. He's a junior. At right tackle is Kason McBride. He's a junior. Wide receiver is Reese Goodwin, a senior, 6'1", 155 pounds. 15 catches for 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. Other wide receiver is Trey Hubbard. He's a 6'2", 175-pound junior. The slot receiver is Luke O'Hannison, 6'1", 180-pound senior. The other slot receiver is Nick Counts. He's a junior. The halfback is Austin Jackson. I remember him from last year. 147 carries, 928 yards, 9 touchdowns on the season. He's a senior. And the signal caller, a sophomore, Slade Parnell, Quarterback for the Buffaloes, that's the offensive lineup.
That's a defensive lineup, right?
That was offense.
The offense. Okay, so defense for Lone Oak. Up front, Clayton Wallace, Camden Norris, Kaysen McBride, and Corbin Smith. The linebackers, Bryce Forgy, Austin Jackson, and Luke O'Hannison. The secondary, Nick Counts, Christian Morris, Corbin Johnson, and Trey Hubbard. As we do the Howe School song, Caroline is going to come up here, I think, check her batteries and see if there's some issue there.
Defense?
Defense for Howe. Let's do that one.
For Howe or Lone Oak?
I just did Lone Oak, sorry.
Oh, so defense for Howe, okay. Starting on the defensive line, defensive end, is Bo Stevens? Is he back?
He'll be back.
He'll be back this week, okay.
I believe that's right.
Defensive tackle junior, Charlie Vera, 28 tackles on the season. Charlie Tank Turner, he's a junior, 26 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss. He's a junior. Defensive end is Ethan Mayo. Linebackers are Braden Ulmer, he's a junior. Middle linebacker, the freshman Charles Furr, he's had some good games here as of late since he's been promoted to varsity. Other outside linebacker is Colton Little, he's a senior. In the secondary is Braxton Buttery, a freshman. The other quarterback is Eli Stoner, he's a sophomore. Another freshman on the team, strong safety Ryken Cross. And then free safety is Colin Murphy. He's one of the 7 seniors on this team. That's the starting defense for the Bulldogs.
Your hit roof and exterior starting offense for the Howe Bulldogs. Up front, Luciano Vasquez, Michael Weimer, Dylan Patterson, Will Ingram, and Seth Goolsby. Your wide receivers, Braxton Buttery and Rylan Strong. Quarterback, Colin Murphy. Slot receiver, Braden Ulmer. Your running back, Knox Bounds, and your slot receiver, Ryken Cross. You've got 3 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 3 freshmen on the starting offense for the Howe Bulldogs. I want to thank you for listening tonight. Your officials for tonight's contest: the referee, Jeff Moody; the umpire, Brad Ellis; the head linesman, Mark Holloway; the head linesman, Greg Moody; back judge, Courtney Lawrence; the field judge, Jared. Let me see. The field judge is. I couldn't read my writing there. Jared Baker. How do you not be able to write Baker? I couldn't read my writing there. I was flustered. I'm not gonna lie. Side judge Dwayne Gibson, I believe it is Gibson, the side judge, and that's your officials for tonight. You're in the Rapid Electric pregame show. I want to thank you for listening. We gave you our hit roof and exterior starting lineup. Your Scoggins Funeral Home senior spotlight was Noah Riley. Coach's Corner was brought to you by Independent Financial. Starting lineups were brought to you by Hit Roof and Exteriors. Got hail, get hit. Opponent overview. Justin, let's talk a little bit about that. Michelle Carney Photography is your sponsor for the opponent overview.
Well, they're going to come in here a pretty balanced offense. I mean, Parnell comes in, the quarterback, 1,022 yards passing. Austin Jackson, the running back, come in with 828, maybe that's 928 yards rushing. So pretty balanced attack from Lone Oak. We talked about this is an improved team. They went winless last season. I believe in 2021 they were 2-8, or 2022, 2021 I think they were 1-9. So they've had some lean years. They do kind of remind me a little bit of Howe from last year, after going for the over season and then winning a few games. They're not going to make the playoffs tonight, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But not going to make the playoffs. But they're an improved team, and it'll be interesting to see what they want to do. I mean, they're going to want to make up for last year getting beat and trying to end the season on a good note.
That's your Michelle Carney Photography opponent overview. Your Howe Bulldogs overview brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. The Howe Bulldogs have just not had the season that you were anticipating at all. The wheels came off literally the first play of the second quarter in game number 1 when Cooper Jones went down with a knee injury, and Howe didn't, that's the last time he played quarterback for this team, and they kind of put all their eggs in the Cooper Jones basket, and it certainly did not pay the dividends that they were anticipating. Talking about the coaching staff, and But thanks to Colin Murphy, he took up the slack at the quarterback position, brought his lunch pail to each Friday night, and kept the season going. Got a few wins under his belt early in the season, but as injuries mounted up, they just couldn't overcome some of those things. And now you're ending up with, a lot of freshmen starting, a lot of sophomores starting, and the JV has been depleted, and now it's a full-on youth movement, and the Howe Bulldogs are looking towards 2024 even right now, I believe.
Yeah, and these type of games are kind of hard to get up for when you don't. I mean, at this point, you're playing for pride right now. You're just kind of playing. Of course, if you're a senior, this is your last game, more likely of your career, and for most of them. So we'll see what happens. But this is sometimes a tough game to get ready for.
Here come your Howe Bulldogs in all black. Black pants, black jerseys, black helmets, white numerals, no outline of the number, just white numbers. A sharp look. And they have a chance to win tonight. This is
a winnable game.
Your answer about Bo Stevens is he is not in shoulder pads, so it will not be Bo Stevens tonight.
Carolina's asking about switching the channel, possibly.
So maybe we'll look at that and see what we can do. Let me see. Justin, roll with it.
Okay. Got coming up for the midfield for the Bulldogs is Ethan Mayo, Colin Murphy, Colton Little, Luciano Vasquez, Seth Goolsby, and Caden Dunn. All seniors for the Bulldogs. And then for Lone Oak, Jake, see if you help me with the Lone Oak. I can see if I can see which numbers these are.
Number 13, Bryce Forgy.
They can turn around.
Number 55, Clayton Wallace.
I saw 13.
Nick Counts.
Camden Norris.
Bryce Forgy.
77, is that?
And that's Camden Norris.
We're missing one.
Missing one. We'll find out here in a little bit. See if we can try to get the mics working.
Carolina will go to 14-17. All right. One of those days, huh?
Yeah.
I think
last game of the season, though.
Carolina is in the coin toss. I don't think we'll be able to hear it. And it looks like Howe won the toss. Not sure if Caroline heard us or not. We're going to try to go to 14-17.
Howe has won the toss.
Howe's won the toss, and they will
They
receive.
will receive.
The opening kickoff and defend the north field.
Nothing yet from Caroline. Yeah, she is on, right?
It is not muted.
Okay. So we'll continue to work on that. That's part of the problem of showing up late. You don't get a chance to test those things.
We'll pull back the curtain. You got here at 6:05. What time do you normally get here by?
What, Jake? 5:30? 5. Oh, we almost had it.
I think we had some.
I think we're just about ready for our national anthem to be played by the Pride of Howe. They've got a big week coming up. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, and Justin White, it is football time in Texas. Caroline tries 12-17. We'll try it again. Caroline, 12-17. Okay.
Come stumbling into the broadcast here. Into the broadcast booth. Here we are.
Well, I knew.
But we're here.
I anticipated it would be like this after the day I had.
We're playing. We're here though. We're on the air.
Hey, by the way, the Texas Rangers are the world champions.
How sweet it is. How sweet it is.
I told you that just may get thrown in there. Hey.
Are we here?
We're here.
The Texas Rangers are still world champions.
Yes, ma'am.
Before this starts, guys, I just want to let y'all.
Oh, we were there. We were there. We had it.
Oh, here we go. The captains for Lone Oak are 77, 55, 9, and 13.
All right. Thank you very much. Reichenkraus back deep to receive this kick.
Hello.
It'll be teed up by Luke Ohannessian, who does a lot of the special teams work for the Lone Oak Buffaloes. These teams are 4-4 against each other. The first game dates back to 1970. In the Bi-District Championship, it took place over in McKinney at what is now Ron Poe Stadium. And Howe won that night. And a big night from Rick Haining and Jerry Dukes. So just about ready to be underway here. Ohannessian, no, it will not be him, but a fair catch called for by Garrett Rogers, who makes the catch at the 29-yard line. And Howe will be moving left to right to start this football game on senior night 2023. Everybody okay? Take a breath. Everybody good?
Yeah, we're good. We're here. We're on. Like I said, we're on the air. Everything worked out. Last game of the season.
You know, we've in the past done a lot of playoff games for other schools. I've been requested to do Dallas ISD again, but I have politely declined their request.
Okay.
So we will not be doing 5A Division II state champ. I don't anticipate it anyway. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Braden Ulmer, left side, trying to find that outside corner, turns and lowers the shoulder up to the 35-yard line. And Ulmer dotting the I to start the night. That's a good sign for the Howe Bulldogs.
We've been saying it for weeks, get that man the ball. And they started off on the right foot here. And that pistol formation let him run to the left side of the line and gets a good gain out of that 8 yards.
Ulmer, one of those backs that's very dangerous. And this time it'll be knocks bounds, I believe, to the left side of Murphy, and Murphy's going to keep it around the left edge, looking for a block. A flag is thrown from the side judge. It was enough for a first down, as Ulmer got 8 yards on first down, which made it an easier conversion for Murphy, and he did get that. However, let's check the flag.
Look to the left. He had Bounds out there blocking for him. He had Ulmer. I think he almost pushed Ulmer ahead of him to get him to block somebody, and that's usually in the area of hold is where this flag is probably going to be.
We're going to ask Stephen Braswell if he can maybe raise that the lid above us. It gets kind of stagnant in here, and since it's such a cool night, maybe he can open that thing for us and let some of that air in here, or at least let some of the hot air out of here. And it is against the Bulldogs. That'll back them up to right around the 26-yard line. 10-yard penalty on the hold. Murphy in the gun, 2 receivers to the right. Murphy's looking to throw, and now he's going to tuck it. Now wants to throw again, and trapped and sacked back to the 17-yard line. Now going backwards. We're going forwards. Had a good first 2 plays, but the penalty and now the sack.
Penalty basically negated Ulmer's run, and then Murphy rolls to his right, trying to. Couldn't tell if that was designed throw or pass, maybe just depending on the situation, and couldn't decide. And Corbin Smith, one of the linebackers, was bearing down on him, and he had to just eat that one and went and drops him back way behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 19 for Howe on their first possession. 2 receivers to either side. Thank you, Jake Roberts and Stephen Braswell. Murphy wants to throw, straight drop back, throws across the middle to Reichenkraus. It goes in and out of his hands and incomplete. Would not have been enough for the first unless he could have escaped the defender. And Howe's going to have to punt for the first time tonight. And it'll be Jesus Garcia dropping back to punt this one away. And he'll stand way on back there, somewhere around the 5 as he walks backwards, and he'll actually stand at the 9-yard line. The snap is back. It's good. Garcia's low line drive kick going to bounce across the 50, still rolling to the 43, killed at the 42-yard line by Cross. And Lone Oak will have their first possession coming up. Howe goes 3 and out. We're looking good on the first 2 plays and then went backwards on a hold and then a sack. .10:02 on the clock in the first quarter. As Lone Oak in all white come out on the field, 2 red stripes down the pants, red jerseys, white helmets, with the Lone Oak Buffalo that's on your screen is on their helmet. Handoff. First man through is Jackson, and he'll bounce a little bit to the left side. And he'll gain about 8 yards, just as BU did on his first carry. And we'll see what they do if they're able to convert, or whether they're going to get trapped with a hold right at midfield.
Austin Jackson had Patterson had him dead right and shoot him out of his boots there.
Parnell, the quarterback, claps for it, gets it, handoff. Jackson bounces it out left side, escapes the tackle of Ethan Mayo, now going right, now cuts it up the middle. Finally brought down after a first down run. He only gets 3 yards there, but enough for the first. And he'll be brought down by Charlie Vera.
Well, he's listed 5'8", 160 pounds, and probably believe it. He's very shifty. Bulldogs have to do a good job of tackling, pursuing.
Again, this is a quick pass out left side, going to be caught by Reese Goodwin, and that's a pretty big gainer down inside the 20, or right at the 30-yard line.
They're going quickly here after that first down, that big gainer.
17-yard pickup for Lone Oak. Dropping back again, straight over the middle, another catch over the middle. And all of a sudden, Lone Oak is knocking on the door after a catch by Ohanessian.
Slade Parnell, the sophomore quarterback, has got a good arm, has been very accurate on these last 2 passes.
18 yards on that one. Handoff. Jackson slipping it out to the right side, slips over the 5. Trapped down there by Eli Stoner inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. 8-yard run by Jackson.
We talk about how balanced they are. They can run the ball, they can pass the ball. And so you got to start, especially with Jackson in the backfield, you've got to respect him as far as being able to run the ball, but you got to start respecting Parnell's arm.
They can pick up a first down at the 2-yard line. This time Jackson's hit at the line of scrimmage. William Furr and Charlie Vera and Reich and Cross are there to bring it down. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 5.
Good job by Furr. And who else you say? You said Turner in there?
Charlie Vera.
Vera was in there. Both of those guys being able to stay with it, even though this hurry-up offense by Lone Oak.
3rd down and 2. Parnell wants it, hands it off to Jackson again, runs into his offensive line and brought down from behind. Dylan Patterson was there, and a flag is down at the line of scrimmage. A late flag came in. It's going to be a face mask against Howe. So it's now 1st and goal from half the distance, which is probably about near the 1-yard line.
Yeah, it had to get to the 3 to get the first down. Got to about the 2, and then, like you said, just kind of go up about a yard, and that'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
8th play of the drive for the Lone Oak Buffaloes. 1st and goal from the 1. Parnell wants it. He's going to try to do it himself. That's Ohanessian, rather. And on the Wildcat, he'll slip in on the right side for the touchdown. Lone Oak strikes first blood at Bulldog Stadium with 7:34 on the clock here in the first. 6-0 awaiting the PAT.
I think they're waiting for Ohanessian just go right up the middle like a normal usually Wildcats go. Just kind of go straight behind your lineman. That time he just went to the outside, had 2 receivers out there blocking. Got a lot of the defense stuffed inside and just broke to the outside. There was nobody there. He was able to walk in the end zone for the touchdown.
Ohanessian on for the PAT. Jackson to hold. The left-footed kicker bangs it through, it appears, and it's 7-0, and it is. 7:34 left to go in the first. We'll be right back.
You might know that State Farm agent Corey Hernandez has great service. Corey is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? That's right. State Farm agent Corey Hernandez is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Corey will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit insurancequotetexoma.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm attorney Micah Belden. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
Your hit, roof, and exterior scoring drive recap, 8 plays, 58 yards for Lone Oak. It was capped off by an Ohannessean 1-yard touchdown, and Lone Oak leads 7-0 with 7:34 remaining. Here's a little pooch kick right over the head of BU. Having to go back for it, Reichencross picks it up, and he's hammered. Inside the 25-yard line, that was actually Caden Dunn who picked it up. And as soon as he did, he had 3 white jerseys in his face. A beautiful kick by Ohannessean to put it where they ain't, so to speak.
Special teams has been an Achilles heel for the Bulldogs all season long. Ohannessean found a spot in the middle of the field where there was no up men, there was no blockers there, and then it was just kind of panic time, and Caden Dunn got it. Nick Counts came on a full head of steam and made Dunn pay for that. But good job by Dunn to hang on to that ball, though, too.
Dylan Patterson, the center, breaks the huddle. 3 receivers near side, equidistant from each other. Murphy's going to roll that way, runs for his life, in trouble, finally sacked. Back to the 17-yard line. He was sacked there a moment ago, and he goes right back there.
I believe that was number 3, Ben Howell, who came from, I think, the linebacker spot on a blitz. I mean, just went right by Dylan Patterson. I mean, as soon as the ball was snapped, it's almost like as if he timed the snap. And Patterson, or even maybe the right guard, maybe even Ingram there, didn't have a chance to even block Howell on the blitz.
Back to the 18-yard line. Murphy runs left. That's actually Ryland Strong in at quarterback. That is not Murphy.
Interesting.
And he may have been in earlier in the game, and I just didn't notice. But Strong in at quarterback on this series. He was the one sacked a moment ago and not Murphy. Murphy, who played the slot receiver.
Can y'all hear me?
I can't hear you. I could hear you.
And Murphy's lined up
Ryland
outside.
Ryland got in.
Ryland Strong just got in.
Yeah, it was calling on the front.
Here's a handoff to Knox, bounds. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but a flag is down. The back judge made the call. It's going to be holding against Howe. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Perhaps are we seeing the future right now? You got Bounds the backfield, Strong at quarterback. We're seeing what it's going to be like here in the next couple of years.
Well, they've gone backwards, so let's hope things improve as they get older. Another punt for the Bulldogs. It was declined, so the ball will rest at the, what is that, the 25-yard line. And the punt by Johnny Garcia goes out of bounds shy of midfield at about the 47-yard line. So good field position coming up for Lone Oak, as Howe again has run really 6 offensive plays and 2 punts.
Gosh, I wonder how many yards. I mean, they've gone backwards at both possessions.
Howe's not been putting up very many yards lately. BU shakes his hand a little bit. It's got the white gloves on. Something bothering him with his right hand. He's out there on defense in the linebacker position, he and Colton Little. 1st and 10 for Lone Oak. Parnell sends Ohannessean in motion from left to right. A handoff to Jackson. Trapped from behind by Ethan Mayo, who made a great play. He went untouched around from his defensive end position, grabbed Jackson around the waist as he took the handoff and brought him down for no gain at the 47.
Good job by Mayo, almost timing the snap, getting off the ball at least very quickly to disrupt things in the backfield.
2nd down and 10 as Parnell wants to throw right side. Intercepted! Going to the house perhaps is BU. Look out, 20, 15, 10 down the sidelines. It's touchdown time in Texas. Braden Ulmer, a pick 6. 55 yards.
Parnell had been looking pretty good the first drive. And his first pass on this drive looks to the right, just a quick pass. And Ulmer at the right place at the right time, picked it off and ran it back the other way. The Bulldogs have struggling on offense, but gets the points here on defense. That had to be, what, a 60-yard return?
I think it was 55, I believe. I'm guessing, however. Garcia on for the PAT, a high kick, and it is true. Game tied 7-7 with 6:01 left to go in quarter number 1. We'll be back.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home.
There is no scoring drive recap. Sorry, hit roof and exterior, because it was a Braden Ulmer pick 6 from 55. Who took it to the house. Go ahead.
Steve Braswell confirmed it as well. It was 55 yards.
55 yards. Lucky guess.
Yeah.
House spreads out for the Tech Wave kickoff. Garcia to boot this one away towards the south end zone. And it is a low squibbling kick, going to take a big hop at the 27-yard line, taken there by an up man, Ohanassian. Has now got a lot of room around the right side, being chased down by Ryland Strong, who can't catch him but forces him near the out-of-bounds marker, where he's finally caught at about the 22-yard line in a kind of a scuffle near midfield. Garrett Rogers had 3 Lone Oak Buffaloes all over him.
He was jumped by Buffaloes, and 3 flags came flying out from different directions to the officials, so this will at least come back 15 yards.
Does it? Yeah, I guess it.
Yeah, well,
was there a hold to begin? There's a lot of discussion going down out there. It's a good time to talk to our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson. Are we able to talk to you? We got to come real close. See if
she's not muted, I guess.
She's not muted. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Maybe we'll fix it next week.
Well, maybe we just change. Maybe we can change her and Braswell's mic again. We can try to do that, I guess, and see if that has any. We've done that once before. I think we did that in Leonard. Maybe it's time for a new wireless mic system.
Yeah. Have we had this since I came along?
Yeah, it is. What, 7 years old?
7 years old.
Yeah, it's maybe time.
So I guess first I need to make sure mine's working.
Yeah, yours is working. Sounds good. So maybe we need to do a handoff there, I think. I think we probably should.
Her voice is a lot better than mine.
1st and 10 as they bring this one way back, but it doesn't really matter. Jackson breaks free down the sidelines. Look out, 40. He's fast. So is Cross, however, but they can't get him turned around. Down at the 1-yard line is Austin Jackson on a huge run of about 70 yards.
Man, the handoff to Jackson. There was a hole, and nobody touched him till about 10 to maybe 15 yards. He had to break it outside. He puts it in another gear. Austin Jackson is very fast.
Going quickly, Lone Oak. Parnell hands off to Jackson and flags and whistles before we can get underway on this one. This one is against Lone Oak, so we'll back it up. It's really other than the BU pick six, Lone Oak's kind of had their way offensively early on in this football game.
They've been able to move the ball at will. You got this flag here from trying to go fast. It's sometimes the problem is you try to go too fast, you end up moving a little early.
They'll move it back 5 to the 6-yard line. Hand off Jackson up the middle, met hard. He'll get the 5. And I think that's all he's going to get. So second down and goal coming up from the 5. 5:04 on the clock. We're all knotted up here at Bulldog Stadium. Parnell and Jackson. Parnell wants to throw across the middle. Easy pickings into the end zone. Touchdown Lone Oak as they slings it over to Nick Counts right on the O in Howe. And Lone Oak is on the board again. 13-7 awaiting this PAT with 4:49 on the clock.
Well, it was an RPO, and I don't know if Colin Murphy, if there was some confusion over there, but Counts was just wide open on that slant across the middle. Faked the handoff to Jackson and just laser to Counts. There was nobody around him.
The PAT is blocked, picked up by the Bulldogs, and immediately tackled. So the extra point, no good. 14-13 remains our score. Or 14-7, rather. I'm sorry. 14-7. 13-7. I'm going to get this right. 13-7.
Lone
Oak. Okay. We're going to take a quick timeout.
Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Mainline break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
At Independent Financial, supporting our community is at the heart of what we do, which is why we are pleased to support the Howe Bulldogs. Investing in others and helping our neighbors thrive is what we do, and our friendly, knowledgeable banking team is rooting for you in your financial success. Whether you're saving for college, planning for your family's future, or working to grow your business, we'd love to help you accomplish your goals. Come see us at our location on South Denny or visit us at iFinancial.
Here's a Tech Wave kickoff, going to be perhaps recovered by Lone Oak, and it is. Another squib kick into no man's land, and Caden Dunn was not able to pick it up. And now Lone Oak will have the ball inside the 30-yard line in Howe territory. Yuck. Yuck.
And just how many times is the Bulldogs going to turn the ball over this season on special teams?
Special teams has been, I mean, I don't want to be mean, but it's been atrocious.
It's horrible.
I'm not trying to be mean. We've already explained last week. We're fans.
Yeah,
we're fans just like everybody else of this team. But you got to call it what it is, and it's been really ugly.
Now they're starting to move something back here. There may have been
I think I saw the ref signal false start on Lone Oak.
Well, that would be very fortuitous, and the special teams is going to have to figure this out. They're going to have to put a man in the middle, scoot BU back a little bit perhaps because he's a little bit close to the line and they're just kicking it over his head. You've got 3 deep men, and then you've got everybody kind of close to the line, so it leaves a big, huge hole in the middle. And that hole in the middle is still there. So if you dink and dunk it right over BU, then that is leaving a lot of open space. And now they bring the 2 very deep men up in the middle and send BU back.
Yeah, spread out a little bit more. They make things a little bit.
Now what this does, it creates a hole to the sides of Riken Cross, who's very deep at the 10-yard line. And Knox Bounds goes towards the middle of the field also. So if they kick it over here on the 20, Howe's going to have a hard time getting on it as well. There's some holes, and now Howe will back up. BU backs up to the 30, so that loosens the gap a little bit. So this is a better look kickoff return-wise for Howe than the previous two. Ohanassian's kick now is going to go to the offensive line. They kick it right at the freshman Charles Furr, who makes the catch. It didn't go 10 yards. Oh, it did because they moved him back.
Yes.
So it did go about 12 yards, but Furr made the catch on the run, a diving catch.
Yeah, because it was, I don't know if it hit the ground first, right when he kicked it, if it took a bounce, and then Furr had to catch it about chest high. And if he didn't catch that, he has a bunch of white jerseys coming after him. They're able to recover that. So good job by the freshman to recover that. Now the Bulldogs had their best field position of the night.
Starting at the 46-yard line on the Lone Oak side of the field. Dylan Patterson breaks the huddle.
Looks like you got Murphy at back quarterback.
Knox bounce, I believe, is in the backfield. It's Ryland Strong split out wide to the right with Reich and Cross as a slot. Murphy turns and hands to Knox bounds up the middle. Keeps his legs churning for 4 yards, maybe 5 to the 41-yard line. A good run there by Leaps and Bounds.
Bounds has had a pretty good yard per carry average. Fairly good this season. Able to get 5 yards out of that one, just right up the middle.
Patterson comes to the line of scrimmage. Strong and Cross, same formation, except Bounds will be in a pistol look behind Murphy on 2nd down and 5. And he gets the carry here. Ball's on the turf. No indication yet. Lone Oak says they have it. The officials also say Lone Oak has it. Howe's also had trouble this year hanging on to the football, and there once again the ball got coughed up about 1 yard after the run of Knox Bounds.
Looked like Bounds had a hold of the ball, but and then I believe just a defender came and knocked it out from behind. I think it was a clean handoff, but Bounds just not able to hang on to it. And he's only a sophomore, but he's been on varsity all season long. He's doing a better job of hanging on the ball. Unfortunately, another turnover by the Bulldogs.
Is that 4:08 or 4:06 on the clock?
I think it's 4:08.
Here's a handoff. Jackson met by Mayo. A gain of a yard. Charlie Vera there also. Vera and Mayo have played very well early on in this football game. They'll give him 2 yards.
Both of them been in a lot of tackles.
Parnell hands off to Jackson. Slipped down from behind. There's Dylan Patterson on the tackle there. Jackson tried to make a cut, but his legs went out from under him. They'll spot it at the 45. This is the game a year ago where the Howe lost their starting center and defensive lineman Malin Walker for an MCL tear. And you never know when some kids, it's their final play. It ended up being his final play, didn't play his senior year. High snap, Parnell brings it down, hands off to Jackson. He takes William Furr for a ride past the first down marker. Finally, Colin Murphy will make the tackle into Howe territory at the 47-yard line.
Buffalo showing they can run the ball even on 3rd down and 5, 3rd down and 6. Decide not to pass it and run it and get the first down with Jackson.
3 receivers right. Parnell throws, quick pass, dropped. It was a low throw. Trying to hit his receiver there, Goodwin. And Rogers was there quickly. He had a good defensive play, but the ball was thrown too low.
Good coverage by Rogers, and then Mayo was right there in the face of Parnell.
2nd down and 10. Jackson gets the carry, bounces it out left. Another great play. William Furr made a great play at linebacker, scraping over and made a really nice play to bring down Jackson. 2:34 on the clock. It's 3rd down and 12 after the 2-yard loss.
I think Charles Furr has been the best freshman of all the freshmen that have come up so far, especially on the defensive side of the ball. He's been very active. Not a big guy, but very active at that linebacker spot.
Parnell drops back 3 steps, fires it over right. It's almost picked off by Cross. He jumped the route, and Cross has the speed where he might have been gone. But instead, it'll be 4th down and punt time for Lone Oak with 2:13 on the clock.
I saw that pass coming, and Cross was just about maybe a hair too late trying to jump the pass. And then it just not able to hang on to it.
Parnell, a quick kick from his quarterback position. It'll land at the 25 and take a big couple of hops down to the 10-yard line. And Howe will have, again, not very good field position. That's kind of been the MO of this football team of late. They start deep in their own end zone or near their own end zone and have to punt it away. That's where we've been for a while. Caroline Slauson, can we hear you? Let's test out that mic if we can. Our Night Furniture sideline reporter. I'm not sure. She's down. There she is. And is she on? Still nothing.
1-1-1.
1-1. It was. I mean, when Braswell had it, it was 1-1. We have not moved it. Howe will hand off here to the first man through. And I think that's going to be maybe back to the line of scrimmage at the 10-yard line. I think that was bounds on the carry, and it was.
Interesting how that mic doesn't work from down there.
It is, and we've got the roof open too, or
we're not muted.
Peculiar.
We're still not muted, right? That's not. Okay. Okay.
Murphy in the gun will stand at his own 5-yard line. He'll roll out to the left, looking around to get the edge. He's got the edge, but right there also was a defender, met him for a yard loss.
Good coverage on the back end by Lone Oak, trying to find Ryland Strong, and he was covered on the backside pretty well. I think that was the intended receiver Murphy was looking for. And the linebackers just kind of strung him out to the right side until he ran out of room, out of bounds, right about the line of scrimmage.
They'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd down and 10. Ryland Strong split out wide to the right. Murphy in the gun. And he's going to pitch it inside to Braden Ulmer, who was trapped for a second, tries to find his way out, still trying to fight his way out, gets back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickery there as everybody rolled out to the right and then flipped it back inside to Ulmer, but it's punt time again. No yards on that possession.
Is that almost like a shovel pass? Because
it was.
Kind of threw it with his right hand into Ulmer.
Little shuffle pass. So looks like we're nearing the end of the first quarter. 15 on the scoreboard, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to punt this one away before time expires. Garcia stands with his feet inside the end zone. Snap is back. He will get it away. It's a high wobbly kick going to be taken at the 42-yard line of Howe. Rolling around to the right side is Trey Hubbard, and he's finally brought down at the 30 right in front of the Lone Oak bench. And that's the end of the first quarter. 13-7, Lone Oak in the lead. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Real estate is the key to building long-term wealth. Hi, I'm Dana Thornhill, a local Keller Williams realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I can help you. Call the Llama Realty Group. Call 903-821-6890 and ask us about our complimentary services. Opportunities in North Texas are growing quickly, and the Llama Realty Group can help you with all your real estate needs. Just like here at the stadium, execution is the name of the game. The Llama Realty Group gets the job done. Call 903-821-6890 today. Each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
13-7, Lone Oak leads Howe as we enter the second quarter. Howe just punted, so they'll be on defense here. Lone Oak will now be traveling towards the south end zone at the Howe 31-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10. Parnell is in the gun. Jackson to his right. Ohanasean goes in motion from right to left. And a quick pass, fade route down to Trey Hubbard, who makes the catch at the 10 and easily strolls into the end zone. That was drawn up perfectly and executed perfectly from Parnell to Hubbard. And Lone Oak extends their lead 19-7, awaiting this PAT.
It's one-on-one Hubbard with Stoner on the outside, faked a route to the inside, then Stoner bit big on that and got behind him and just had to put some good touch on there from Parnell, and Hubbard had to just reel it in and walk into the end zone.
11:52 on the clock. Lone Oak will go for 2. A quick jump pass over the middle. That one falls incomplete. From Austin Jackson, I believe. He tried to just dump it over the middle. It is 19-7. We'll be back after this timeout.
Got hail? Get Hit. Help your home and your community at the same time. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been on the job locally since 2012. Hail damage, wind damage, roof leaks, exterior paint and siding, replace it or repair it, we've got you covered. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been building solid roofs all across North Texas for over 11 years. We will work with your insurance company or your budget to get your home happy again. For a free estimate or inspection, call 972-977-1523. Hit Roof and Exteriors. Got hail? Get hit.
Hi, this is Nino Foles.
And I'm Tyler Grisham. We're the only Bulldogs that ever rushed for over 3,000 yards.
Well, I could have had 5,000 in that slot T that y'all did.
I'd had 6,000 if I were 6'8", 220.
Hey now, both you guys were amazing. Let's just leave it at that.
All I know is that I bet we can agree that Sonic of Howe has great food and big smiles.
Well, it's not just good. It's Sonic good. Hey, Monty, how many yards did you have?
Wow.
Grish, let's go get a Sonic Blast and let me tell you how we beat Pilot Point.
You didn't go 3 rounds though, huh?
Jeez, guys.
Another one-play drive. How many have Howe had those this year?
Too many to count, and multiple games too.
Here's your Tech Wave kickoff. Fair catch called for by Colin Murphy, who takes it away from Ryland Strong. As he goes backwards to make the catch, he and Strong talk to each other. And then Murphy throws the ball at the official who already had a ball, and the ball hits him, and the referee, Murphy's such a nice kid. He goes up to him and apologizes. I'm so sorry. But 19-7, our new score from Bulldog Stadium. Lone Oak in the lead, 11:52 remaining. One play, 31 yards for Lone Oak. It was a Parnell to Hubbard fade route that was caught at the 10, and Hubbard went in untouched. And here Howe has it from their own 30. And a handoff to Knox Bounds up the middle for right about 5 yards to the 35-yard line.
Lone Oak is just getting a quick jump off the ball. If that was any kind of an RPO or quarterback keeper or any kind of pass, Murphy would have been on his back. Luckily, hand off to Bounds. Bounds really past all the defenders that were blitzing.
Bounds to the left of Murphy on 2nd down and 5. And he again gets the carry. Murphy with a good ball fake, kept it, ran right behind Large Marge, who is back in this week, thankfully. Good to see him back out there. Talking about Ingram, Will Ingram.
Murphy got, with the quarterback keeper on the fake, got the first down. And is that the first down of the season of the night?
Of the season. I think it might be.
If it's not the first, it's got to be only the second.
10:51 on the clock in the second. Flag down, and Knox Bounds is down at the 40. Generally, that's it looks like it may be against Lone Oak.
We've been seeing it. I talked about Lone Oak a couple of times, just either timing the snap or just getting a good jump off the ball. And that time got called for it. Coming a little too early, get called for the offsides.
That'll push it up 5 yards to the 45-yard line.
If anything you want to do, obviously you want to get a touchdown, but try to keep that offense off the field for Lone Oak. They've been a quick strike offense just about every possession.
3 receivers right for Howe on 1st and 5. And Murphy wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, coming left. A lot of room to run, but he heaves it downfield to Braden Ulmer, who makes the catch at the 26. Points towards the end zone, first down. Get that young man the football.
Man, pretty good throw. Real good throw. Even better catch. That was probably one of those throws you're kind of like, no, no, no. Yes, yes.
Highlight film catch for sure. Beat you. This could be offsides against Lone Oak. And we'll check and see. They blew the play dead.
Well, I thought they drew him offsides this last play.
It was close.
It was very close. They didn't call it. This time they did.
And this time they did against Lone Oak. So march it on down to the 20. 1st and 5 again.
Bulldogs finding a little rhythm on this drive. Highlighted by that big pass play to Ulmer.
Howe trails 19-7. And Patterson breaks the line. 3 receivers again to the right side. Murphy to Ulmer, who's trapped behind the line of scrimmage. They kind of tossed it to him forwards, and it would have. I'm thinking that might have been an incomplete pass.
I think they saw the official doing it, almost kind of like that shovel pass they did earlier, and it was just Ulmer not able to handle it.
So there will not be a loss, even though Ulmer was able to fall on it. Again, it was an incomplete pass because it was a shuffle pass forward. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. That's the one good thing about the shuffle pass when you do that. If you fumble it, it's an incomplete pass. Murphy, same play this time to Knox Bounds, and he hands it off, and Bounds will get inside the 20. Maybe a gain of 1, maybe. He at least got back to the line of scrimmage, but I think they'll give him a foot or two and call it the 19-yard line.
Kind of a delayed handoff into Bounds, and that right side opens up. Big hole for Bounds. It
closed up quickly.
So this brings up 3rd and 5. Let's see if they still hadn't only completed 2 passes. Only took 2 passes tonight.
3rd down and 4. And Knox Bounds stiff arms his way away from a defender. Not enough for a first down around the left edge in front of the Howe bench. But it will set up an interesting 4th and 2 where the ball is spotted at about the 17-yard line.
I say you go for this.
Charlie Vera checks into the game. He'll be a tight end if they're going.
And go Wildcat.
Well, there's all kinds of backs in the backfield. They'll break out of that here in a moment, and they do. And the only back there is Murphy. Snap back. They'll try to draw him off sides. They can't draw him off sides. Lone Oak this time doesn't fall for it, and a timeout's been called. We'll take 1-2 with 8:19 left to go in the second. Lone Oak up 19-7.
This is Roger Tidwell, the PA dude here at Bulldog Stadium. The radio guys and I always fight over how hot and cold it is up here in the press box. But if the AC ever quit working, not only would Walker finally shut his trap, he would call Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. Call 903-532-6255. That's 903-532-6255. Shut up, Monty.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president. Not a joke. You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
Welcome back. 4th and 2 for Howe. Going forward again. Bounds in the backfield next to Murphy. Just to the right side. Sends a man in motion as Riken cross. High snap, and Murphy's going to try to run for it. Slung down. Great play. Nice play from behind on the blitz. And I think that was the linebacker, Austin Jackson, who came in.
Maybe Jackson.
That's not Austin Jackson.
Aiden Holder, I think, number 12 is who I saw.
Aiden Holder, that's right.
Come in for that linebacker spot and just took down Murphy. There was a good size hole formed by Ingram, and it was just trying to race to get to it, and Holder able to just take him out, almost like clothesline him, took him down, almost horse collared really, took him down up high and brought him down behind the line of scrimmage, or right at the line of scrimmage where he could get the first down.
It's a long day. Hey, by the way, Texas Rangers are the world champions.
Still champs.
Still true.
1st and 10, left to right goes Lone Oak, and they'll hand off up the middle, a pretty big hole for a moment, and a good 6 or 7 yard gain up to the 23-yard line.
Talk about Austin Jackson just being very shifty, able to get through holes. Doesn't need a lot of space. The Bulldogs are starting to do a little bit better job now of containing him. Had a tough time at first, but have made the necessary adjustments.
2nd down and 4 coming up. You can hear the clap maybe. There's a screen pass out to the right side of the offense. Shaking a tackle and finally being brought down is the receiver for Lone Oak, Max Ramirez.
Just a quick pass outside. Rocking Cross had a line on him. Got his hands around him, trying to almost like trying to strip that ball away too, trying to knock it away, but it was thrown off there not able to complete the tackle.
Brought down by William Furr, linebacker. 1st and 10. Handoff to Jackson, left side, escapes through the middle. He makes a cut on Colin Murphy, racing to the house, 40, 30. Foot race down to the 20, and he's into the end zone. That, my friends, is a 77-yard touchdown.
Well, forget what I said about doing a better job of containing Austin Jackson, because he just blew it open right there. Hand off the middle and just put it into the gear, and that guy may be the fastest guy on the field right now.
I would have said that, but the receiver coming in to try to get in the way.
There was,
he made up a lot of speed coming down there.
Reese Goodwin, who did come out from nowhere to try to block anybody that came around.
On for the PAT. It's up, and it is true, and that is Moises Perez, who makes it 26-7, 6:55 left to go in the first half. We'll be right back.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni-owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team, for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
Your hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap for Lone Oak. 2 plays, 83 yards. Capped off by a 77-yard touchdown by Austin Jackson. Makes it 26-7. Lone Oak with 6:55 left to go in the first half. Your Tech Wave kickoff is being stepped off by Ohanassian. Again, Howe looks like they've managed the kick return team a little bit better here with the setup. But he's kicked it all over the place to start this game. In the middle, anywhere but deep, but he tries to do that here. Back deep to receive it, I think, is Braden Ulmer. He'll escape one defender, a couple of defenders still fighting forward. That may be Ryland Strong, actually.
It was number 7 Strong.
And he'll make his way up past the 30 to the 32, and that's where Howe will start their next possession.
There's a little bit of excited part of me that's kind of like, hey, we're calling Ryland Strong. We're calling Riken Cross. We're calling Charles Furr. We're calling a lot of freshman names tonight. And I've talked about before, it's going to be some growing pains, but I mean, those guys have been thrown in the fire right now, and it'll pay off eventually. But right now, I mean, it's they're having to grow up right before our eyes. But I'm encouraged by what we're seeing so far.
Good chance Leonard moves down out of the district, and that would throw in perhaps S&S. 3 receivers bunched together on the near side, ball on the left hash. Howe moving right to left. Handoff to Ulmer on the near side. On the short side of the field is going to lose 2 yards back to the 30.
Is that the only movement we've seen is probably Leonard?
I would imagine that would probably be it.
Yeah. I guess Lone Oak would be staying.
I think Lone Oak is staying.
Okay.
2nd down and 12 coming up for Howe after the 2-yard loss. 3 receivers right this side this time. Handoff to Bounds, who splits through for a pretty good yards of about 5, 6 or 7. Up to the 37. Brought down by Corbin Johnson.
Had that read option by Murphy, and watching the backers, watching the safeties and linebackers coming down, and decided to hand it off to Bounds. Bounds had a good hole right on that right side. Probably one of the biggest holes we've seen tonight for Knox.
Howe will have Knox Bounds back next year for his junior year. You would imagine Ryland Strong will be penciled in at quarterback. High snap. Bounds again. Right side again. First down for Bounds at the 43-yard line. Another good runner on the right side of the offensive line. Behind Large Marge, who will be back for his junior year.
And you think about it, yeah, you got a lot of speed coming back too with those guys, and then you throw in Parker Bryan if he's ends up being on varsity as a sophomore.
You know, Parker Bryan's going to be huge, you would think, on this team going forward. 4:55 on the clock, 1st and 10. Another high snap, but handled well by Murphy. Another handoff to Bounds, maybe 3 or 2 on this carry to the 46-yard line.
Casey McBride able to get in the backfield, bring Bounds down for maybe about a 2-yard gain. McBride probably the biggest lineman on this defensive line for Lone Oak.
2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. They break the huddle. Ulmer will be back next year as a senior. Handoff to Bounds again, trying to find the outside. Stiff arms a man down. Look out down the sideline, pushed out of bounds on the Lone Oak 40-yard line. And all of a sudden, Howe's offense behind the running of Knox Bounds on the right side of the offensive line is starting to move the sticks a little bit.
Ulmer was out there throwing a block. Braxton Buttery, another freshman out there throwing a block as well. And then Bounds put it into another gear, another speed. See a little bit of the speed he's got. And into Lone Oak territory.
Howe doing a good job of running the clock. But the clock is stopped at 4:09. It should be running.
Did he go out of bounds?
Oh, he did go out of bounds. I guess he did. Handoff to Ulmer, left side, looking for a block, cuts it just inside a I think that's Mikey Weimer. He ut it inside of Weimer, and then a flag came down. So I don't know if Weimer had a grab of the jersey or not. But it looks like it's going to be against Howe.
You know, another team that I saw that put up, numbers that I didn't expect. Valley View, I think, put up about 280. I think that almost moves you. I think that may move them into Division II. Or if that would be a team
that would be, that's our old friend Rocky Smart over there in Valley View.
Yeah.
Former head coach of the Sanger Indians.
Of course, we say all this and we don't know the cutoff numbers, so definitely just guesstimating.
You wouldn't imagine they go that far west without grabbing S&S first, though.
True.
Murphy wants to throw. Pass to Ryland Strong. Caught for a moment. They're going to rule it incomplete. It came out of his hands as he was hit, but they'll call it incomplete. And it'll be now 2nd down and 20.
Well, Corbin Johnson hit Strong. As soon as Strong caught that ball, Corbin Johnson hit him and jarred it loose. And I was worried that it was going to be kind of maybe a backwards pass. But it was right along the line of scrimmage and just incomplete.
One of the plays just went in from the coaches. Looks like he was giving he was flapping his wings. And this is the Buffalo Wild Wings play. Murphy wants to throw, rolling out to his left, throws it on the run for BU. It's incomplete. Nice defensive play out there by Christian Morris, who had BU covered up, although he tried to make another spectacular catch, headed towards the out-of-bounds mark.
That's what he had Morris right on him, and it's one of those passes where BU trying to make a play, but also almost kind of playing defensive back as well to make sure Morris didn't intercept that.
You know,
Morris is right on his hip.
I said earlier that Howe was doing a good job of controlling the clock, but since that moment, about 15 seconds has rolled off during all of this time. 3:49 on the clock. 26-7, Lone Oak in the lead here in the first half. Murphy in the gun on 3rd down and 20. He wants to throw. Middle of the pocket, now rolls out, flushed out right. Points down the field, and it's going to be caught by Ulmer at the 30. Escapes away, coming near side 25-20. On the run, towards the corner of the end zone. Get that young man the ball. It's touchdown time in Texas. Murphy pointed like Danny White to him. Said, run over here, young man. He threw it to him, and BU did the rest.
Perfect placement by Murphy. Holding on to it, as you said, directing traffic, telling Murphy, get there, or telling Ulmer, get there, and I'll throw it to you. Threw it over the cover, over the outstretched hands of a white jersey. Ulmer able to handle it, and he goes almost diagonally from the far numbers all the way to the other side of the corner of the end zone. Outran everybody. Tremendous job by Braden Ulmer, the 2nd touchdown of the night.
Garcia on for the PAT. It's up and true. Now on the board, 26-14 with 3:35 left to go before the half. We'll be right back.
You might know that State Farm agent Corey Hernandez has great service. Corey is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? That's right. State Farm agent Corey Hernandez is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Corey will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit insurancequotetexoma.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm attorney Micah Belden. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
How many times this year have we said, get BU the football? I've never seen a young man so dangerous with the ball in his hands, yet rarely touches it.
You know, Jake was saying in the during the break off the air, it was like, man, every time he touches the ball, he does something with it.
Your hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap, 8 plays, 68 yards for Howe. Capped off by a 47-yard touchdown from Murphy to BU. And it's 26-14, 3:35 left to go in quarter number 2.
Garcia kicking all 4 of the Bulldogs in the 32.
Your Tech Wave kickoff is stepped off by Johnny Garcia. 4 yards away from the ball, and this time he'll pooch kick it to the right side. Going to be caught by an up man. That's Ohanassian. He'll go back towards their sidelines and down right there at the 38-yard line, where Lone Oak will start their next possession, leading Howe 26-14.
3:31 to go in the half. You need defense. You'd really like to have a stop here before the half. Because remember, they get the ball. Lone Oak does get the ball to start the second half.
How about another pick six?
That would work. Hey, guess what? Rangers still World Series champion.
Hey, all night. All day.
Speaking of all day, you were out somewhere all day, weren't you? You were at that parade all day.
Never again. 1st and 10 here. Parnell wants to throw deep ball left side, and that's a great catch over there by Goodwin.
Wow.
He hauls it in on the sidelines as he tippy-toes over there at the 35-yard line. What a great catch.
Man,
great throw.
Yes, that was a perfect touch by Parnell. Just right there in the hands of Goodwin.
Handoff, near side. That's Austin Jackson trying to find the edge. Flag down. And Cross throws him out of bounds along with Charlie Vera. Check the flag. I think that's probably coming back. Holding against Lone Oak. 3:13 on the clock. Howe trails 26-14. Yeah, the Rangers will be World Series champions in the rest of November, December, January, February, March. And then you got to start, defending that thing.
Again. Pitchers and catchers report, what, February probably? March?
It should be an interesting surprise Arizona this year. 1st down and 20 as they back it up to the 45-yard line. A handoff up the middle. Escaping defenders, a nice run there by Jackson, keeping his feet moving. Good for about 8 yards. Back to the 38-yard line.
Well, saying you need to get a stop, having that penalty really helps things. Now you just got to stiffen up right here.
2 receivers to either side for Lone Oak as Parnell looks right side, and one hops his intended receiver, Hubbard. Not a good throw there. As good as the pass was to Goodwin, that one was ugly. And it'll be 3rd down and roughly 13 for the Buffaloes.
Well, think about with Slade Parnell, quarterback. He's only a sophomore. He'll be sticking around for a couple more years.
Big, tall, slender kid, too. Wears a black pouch on the back of his pants. Movement early, and I think Lone Oak's going to get called for false start. This one nearly picked off, but it falls incomplete.
Well, the way Coach Bryan is leaning his head down in frustration, it may be offsides.
It's going to go against Lone Oak. Oh, no, is it both? He signaled the official signaled both ways. But it'll be stepped off against Howe, and the ball rests at the 33-yard line.
So 3rd and 8 ball at the 33-yard line. That's going to be this could be probably 4 down territory, 2 down territory right now. So you get 2 opportunities to get a 1st down for Lone Oak.
Ohanassian will switch from the right side over to the left, bringing 3 receivers together over there. Hubbard by himself at the bottom. Jackson will stand to the right of Hubbard, anticipates the snap, gets it, drops straight back, fires across the middle, incomplete. He was mixed up a little bit with Ohanassian, and that will bring up 4th down and about 7 or 8 for Lone Oak. 2:21 left to go here in quarter number 2.
Good thing for Howe that Ohanassian was not on the same page with Parnell, because he was pretty open right there in the middle. The ball was thrown behind him, but as far as if he would have, he had a step on his man. Parnell and Ohanassian just couldn't get on the same page, thrown behind Ohanassian.
4th down and 8. Parnell claps, wants it, drops straight back, looks right side, flushed out of the pocket, chased by Tank Turner, makes the reception. Is Jackson out of the backfield, a 1st down run, tackled by Murphy at about the 16-yard line.
Good protection by Parnell. Had to move to his right just a little bit before Jackson, who's coming all the way on a shallow cross across the field. It hits Jackson right there in stride along the sidelines, and able to get enough for the 1st down.
Needed 8, got 19 yards. Handoff to Jackson, stretching the field to the far side, bounces it out, skips in, skips out, lowers the shoulder, has roughly a 10-yard run right at the sticks. It might be a little bit short as they spot it right about the 7-yard line, and is that going to be a first? It is going to be a first. It'll be 1st and goal from the 7. Going quickly is Lone Oak. as Parnell with Jackson to his right. Parnell wants to throw, rolls right, looks backside, going to be caught and dropped. Beautiful play call there, but the intended receiver was unable to hang on.
Kind of a halfback.
That was Jackson.
Yeah, halfback screen, kind of slipped out, kind of baited in the defense, and then Jackson kind of leaks out. Nobody's there. He could have walked into the end zone, but just couldn't handle the pass. It's almost one of those things. He was wide open, just couldn't bring it in.
2nd down and 12. Pistol look for Lone Oak. Jackson was moving a little bit early. He was leaning forward. They're going to call him for a false start. Back it up 5 to the 12-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 12.
Bulldogs need this because I kind of almost thought that was kind of, I won't say demoralizing, but having you had them at 4th down with plenty of time, you could have maybe marched the ball down the field, but they convert the 4th down, and now they're knocking on the door, but then another penalty here brings them back.
1:11 on the clock. Parnell throws right side, incomplete, intended for Hubbard. Eli Stoner in coverage would have been right there had Hubbard made the catch.
Yeah.
And now it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 12.
On the RPO, trying to get the slant across the middle through it, just behind the left shoulder of Hubbard.
Hubbard, an athlete out there on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Hand off to Jackson over right guard, slips through the initial surge, and now Howe will gang tackle him at the 4-yard line. They'll rule him down at the 5. It'll be 4th and goal from the 5. 7-yard gain by Jackson as he's starting to rack up some yards here. A 77-yarder will help you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Snap back. Jackson down the sideline looking for the corner. He's in. Touchdown Lone Oak with 39 seconds left to go before the half. They bump it up 32-14 awaiting this PAT.
There wasn't a lot of thinking about it on that 4th down. After the incomplete pass to Hubbard, they got right back to the line of scrimmage. There wasn't a lot of a huddle or anything like that or getting the call from the sidelines. They knew exactly what they were going to do. Got the call, hand off to Jackson. Jackson broke the outside, used the speed. It was a race to the pylon. In 39 seconds, you couldn't have written it up any better for Lone Oak. They took almost all the time off here in the 2nd quarter.
Perez on for the PAT. Left-footed kicker bangs it through. And we have a new score of 33-14 with 39 seconds left before the half. We'll be right back.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home.
.39 seconds left to go as we approach the Tech Wave kickoff. Your hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap was 9 plays, and it went 62 yards. And it was capped off by a 5-yard touchdown by Jackson. Again, Jackson having a big night. Austin Jackson.
2nd touchdown of the night.
Well over 100 yards, I believe. And the kick is going to be a deep one, this time by Corbin Johnson. It'll go to Knox Bounds, who's trying to find the near corner. Chased down by the kicker. He eludes him and runs over Perez at the 45-yard line. Howe will have good field position unless there's a flag on the field, and there is. Ryland Strong points his palms to the sky as he's not real happy with whatever he's hearing from the coaches. I think the freshman might have been called for something there.
Called for a holding.
So instead of having great field position near the 45, they'll back it up. And I think Howe's going to have it somewhere near the 35. Oh, they're starting it from the 39. So Howe will have it at the 29 to start.
So you got 28 seconds left. You got 2 timeouts. Again, this isn't a quick strike offense for Howe, so you got to wonder if they'll just run this one out.
Aubrielle West is our Lady Bulldog spotlight at halftime. We'll have an interview with her. She's one of very few seniors on the basketball team. We'll also have a compilation of all of our bandsmen of the week. You'll want to hear that. Snap back to Murphy, who's going to run it around the right edge behind Large Marge, looking for a block. He's taken down after a 9-yard gain up to the 39-yard line. I sent the compilation to band director Angie Liss, who had a tear after that. So it's pretty good. You might want to tune in at halftime, the Baker Air Conditioning halftime show. 2nd down and 1, 5 seconds, 4, 3. They get it off. Murphy running for his life, in trouble, can't escape. That's going to be a loss back to the 29-yard line, a 9-yard loss, and that will end the half. 33-14, Lone Oak in the lead in the final game of the 2023 season. We're in the Baker Air Conditioning halftime show. As we mentioned, we have a pretty good one for you. We'll see you on the backside of that in just a moment.
This is Roger Tidwell, the PA dude here at Bulldog Stadium. The radio guys and I always fight over how hot and cold it is up here in the press box. But if the AC ever quit working, not only would Walker finally shut his trap, he would call Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. Call 903-532-6255. That's 903-532-6255. Shut up, Monty.
You might know that State Farm agent Corey Hernandez has great service. Corey is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? That's right. State Farm agent Corey Hernandez is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Corey will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit insurancequotetexoma.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team, for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's Bandsman of the Week.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Riley Troxtel. What doing?
Hi. I was so excited. It's my first ever band camp. And then I got poison ivy, and it was real bad, so I had to come sit inside.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Lucas Mitchell.
I'm really glad that all of our students, all of our team members along in this process have a great attitude. I love this year because they have a great attitude. They're ready to be here and be square outside in the heat, and they love doing it. So I think we have a good chance of getting to the top.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Macy Bryant.
Don't get too down on yourself, because I have a problem with that, and I feel like band has made me overcome that, because I know I'm going to make a mistake and I can fix it.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Amarise Morris.
I project and yell "dut" on the 4 counts before we come in.
Comfortable doing that right now?
Oh, yeah. It's pretty fun.
Let's do it.
Dut, 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 dut.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is sophomore Felix Vasquez.
I always get a little bit shaky. I'll go up, but once I start playing, all the nerves go away.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Tatum Gandillon.
I got to meet a bunch of new people that have made me feel comfortable. I like getting to have new friends with like upperclassmen and things like that can help show you around. And I've got a lot of activities going on, and that makes me feel comfortable to get to be doing stuff I enjoy.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Bryn Riley, the drum major.
It's been really cool to just like have my roots already in there and like my aunts and uncles and my mom, just setting a foundation. Not only that, setting a good reputation, and everybody knows that, I don't know, my family definitely has a reputation of just being respectful, and that's been a really cool thing to be a part of.
This week's Bandsman of the Week is Caitlin Armstrong.
At first it was a little scary, like we were all very nervous, but we persevered and pushed through to the end. And we ended up being very successful, and we all did amazing jobs.
Hey guys, it's Caroline, and I'm here with the Bandsman of the Week, Miss Lauren Ketching.
I tried out for drum major this summer, and I got it. So I was a flute last year. Couldn't be a drum major your freshman year. So I tried out my sophomore year against upperclassmen and was very nervous, but luckily I got it.
And our theme is really just people searching for what their ideal paradise is.
And we've gone many years before in the past, and we have a very good reputation in getting to that place. But this year, we've got new riders, we got a new synth, which is really cool, and I think that's going to boost performance even further.
Do you want to say something funny off the cuff?
I don't know if I can now. I'm going to have to think about it for a little bit.
I feel like the music is a lot more exciting this year. It's a lot more like Howe instead of the slow like last year. We're more of a powerful, we do the faster songs better, and we have a lot more fun with it, and it's like a very exciting show this year.
You know, as long as we continue to put in the work and strive to improve on the little things, I feel like we definitely can.
I definitely think we could go to the place we don't talk about this year, but I won't jinx anything.
The music kind of builds up, and then at the very end, it's like all super pretty and like, yay, we found paradise. And so it's just kind of our show's about the journey to finding paradise, and you can hear that in the music.
We work towards the end goal, I feel. Like, we have done great at all of our previous competitions, but we're still, like, pushing to get to the place we don't talk about.
So we have been working our booties off this week. We practiced Monday night in the rain, and then yesterday during class we were practicing and it started sprinkling, but we still were out there driving towards what we are looking forward to. And hopefully this weekend we can be one of the top 4 bands that make it to the place we don't talk about.
It's going to take effort and work and passion from everybody, and I think that is definitely achievable.
Today's Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, a firefighter family-owned business. Call them at 903-819-9183. You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni-owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
This is Roger Tidwell, the PA dude here at Bulldog Stadium. The radio guys and I always fight over how hot and cold it is up here in the press box. But if the AC ever quit working, not only would Walker finally shut his trap, he would call Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. Call 903-532-6255. That's 903-532-6255. Shut up, Monty.
Real estate is the key to building long-term wealth. Hi, I'm Dana Thornhill, a local Keller Williams realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I can help you. Call the Llama Realty Group. Call 903-821-6890 and ask us about our complimentary services. Opportunities in North Texas are growing quickly, and the Llama Realty Group can help you with all your real estate needs. Just like here at the stadium, execution is the name of the game. The Llama Realty Group gets the job done. Call 903-821-6890 today. Each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Let's join Monty Walker with the Lady Bulldog Spotlight.
This week's Lady Bulldog Senior Spotlight is Aubrielle West. Now, Aubrielle, did you always go to school in Howe?
No, I went to White since second grade and then moved to Howe freshman year.
So talk about the differences in White and Howe. Did you make a good move coming over here?
I think I made a good move because not that White wasn't good. It's just I feel like moving freshman year got me restarted and making new friends.
Who's your favorite teacher of all time? I mean, even White and Howe.
I would say my favorite teacher is honestly my teacher from White, Miss Miracle. She helped me through a lot from second grade till I moved, and she still checks on me and everything, so I think that would be my favorite teacher.
Who's your favorite coach?
My favorite coach is honestly Coach Anderson. She's really helped me throughout things and made sure I've always stay positive and have a good attitude throughout sports and everything.
So you're also involved in track. What's your goal for this season?
My goal is to get to regionals again, and if anything, if I get to state, that would be great too, but I'm not going to say I am.
So you throw the shot and the disc. How far are you throwing it these days?
I think I throw about a 32 maybe in shot, and in discus an 84, something like that.
That's throwing it out pretty far. Who's your favorite teacher currently at Howe High School?
My favorite teacher would also be my coach, Coach Anderson. She's taught me a lot and helped me with seeing what I want to do in the future and getting me in the right direction.
Only 4 returning starters in basketball. Are y'all a close team?
I honestly think we're a pretty close team. We have good connection, and we make sure to keep everyone in check. Make sure nobody has bad attitude.
We've talked about Coach Anderson a little bit. What really makes her a special coach? And I know she's your favorite teacher and coach, but talk a little bit about her and how does she run a practice? Is she strict? Is she laid back? How is she?
I feel like Coach Anderson's really laid back. They're a little bit strict, but it's just because she knows we're capable of what we can do and how far we can go. Practices are great. She knows we're all capable.
What's in store for Aubrielle West after high school?
I plan on going to college and then maybe going into the military, depending how it goes. I really want to be a pediatric nurse. I love helping kids, and yeah.
Talk about this year's overall basketball team. What are your expectations and goals?
My goals are, and as a team, we want to make it far in playoffs, just get there first, and be a great team and teammates to each other, making sure we're all good.
So do you consider yourself a vocal leader or more of a lead by example type senior now that you're in the senior leadership role?
I think I'm more of a vocal one. I make sure everybody stays positive, and I make sure I'm being a great leader by being funny and everything. And I feel like that leads to people seeing me as a leader.
That is your Lady Bulldogs Senior Spotlight, Aubrielle West.
You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team, for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home.
This is Roger Tidwell, the PA dude here at Bulldog Stadium. The radio guys and I always fight over how hot and cold it is up here in the press box. But if the AC ever quit working, not only would Walker finally shut his trap, he would call Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. Call 903-532-6255. That's 903-532-6255. Shut up, Monty.
You're listening to the Baker Air Conditioning and Heating Halftime Show. Now let's go back to the stadium with Caroline Slauson, Justin White, Jake Roberts, and Monty Walker.
Welcome back to Bulldog State. Hey, I'm here. I am here. I haven't just been lying this whole time. Here at Bulldog Stadium, have 33-14. Lone Oak on top of Howe at half. Jake, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Man, it kind of seems like, I mean, it's hard to kind of have an analysis on this. It kind of seems like week after week we end up in the same place.
Yeah.
Positives, Braden Ulmer.
Of course.
I would say maybe the positive of everything.
Let's keep that positivity going. We were talking here at half about what's coming.
Yeah. There's a lot of freshmen out there right now, and that's always something you want to see as a program because
Yeah, I did talk to Coach Brian last week, and he had a lot of good things to say about the underclassmen. Not that just the underclassmen that are out there right now, a lot of speed.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it surprises me like when I see a lot of them. They don't really look like freshmen.
I know.
They're tall and they're bigger than what I would expect most freshmen, and that just means they're gonna get bigger from where they already are.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that year from definitely sophomore to junior, there's a big jump there. And then even we've been talking about some 8th graders that are coming up that are expected to be very good. I do want to give a quick shout out. I could have done this. I should have done this last week, but I was I did the interviews for the bandsmen and things last week, and so I got a chance to go to the Pride of Howe practice. And let me just tell you, were you in band? Are you in band? Were you here in band? I wasn't either.
I wasn't 6th grade, but
when we all did it. This band we all know this, but congratulations to the Pride of Howe for making it to the place they never talk about, to state. And they fought a lot of weather last Saturday, and they deserve all of this. They work really, really, really hard. And I got an inside look, just a smidgen of one last week, and it was something. So, all right, do we want to do some do a break and then come back for some scores?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, cool. So we'll be back at Bulldog Stadium, halftime, 33-14, Lone Oak on top.
Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Mainline break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
At Independent Financial, supporting our community is at the heart of what we do, which is why we are pleased to support the Howe Bulldogs. Investing in others and helping our neighbors thrive is what we do, and our friendly, knowledgeable banking team is rooting for you in your financial success. Whether you're saving for college, planning for your family's future, or working to grow your business, we'd love to help you accomplish your goals. Come see us at our location on South Denny or visit us at ifinancial.com. Go Bulldogs! We're cheering for a winning season. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Caroline here with Justin, and we're going to go over some scores in the area. So many played last night.
Yeah, there were a lot that played last night. Word on the street is that a lot of coaches who are in the playoffs want to scout tonight.
Yes.
To kind of get ready for next week in the playoffs. Yeah, I know. That's kind of shifted that way.
Yeah. All right, so just, let's see, Leonard and Bells, I guess they played last night.
But yeah, but all teams played in addition played last night.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, Gunner and Blue Ridge, and then Leonard and
Bells.
Bells.
Okay, so Leonard and Bells, 49-28. Bells won at home. That one last night. My feed is full of Frisco. Let's see. Whitewright and Tioga, 37-0. Tioga on top at home with just a few minutes left in the first half there.
Gunner and Blue Ridge, talk about Gunner defeated Blue Ridge 54-0. Again, that was the final from last night. So
sounds about right, you know.
Gunner is getting ready for playoffs. Blue Ridge is too. Blue Ridge will be, I don't know, I haven't looked officially at the seedings. It's Gunner, Bells, and I'm not sure who got third, Blue Ridge or
Leonard.
Or Leonard, what the order is.
I'm not sure.
So
let's see. St. Joe and Savoy, 52-0 was the score. That one, St. Joe beat Savoy. I guess that one was last night. Tom Bean and Trenton playing tonight, and Tom Bean 21-0. Tom Bean winning at half for that one. And Anna playing Sulphur Springs at home, 16-10. Sulphur Springs winning that. Oh, wow, Sulphur Springs winning. And then Mount Vernon and Pottsboro, holy moly, 35-28. Pottsboro on the losing end of that one as of now. Third quarter just started in that one.
Final from last night. This is for the district championship. Lovejoy defeated Melissa 28-7. Melissa was the number one ranked team in the state of Texas in 5A Division II.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's all I have.
Let me see. Like I said, I got a bunch of Frisco schools. Talk about, did you do Sherman?
I did not know.
Sherman leading big up on Frisco Liberty, 37-0.
Good.
Bonham losing to Raines, 44-6. Bonham's had a tough year this season.
I'm sorry. Did you say Sherman is winning or losing?
Winning.
Oh, okay.
It's so loud that
I said, did I just say good? And they're losing.
Yeah. Pride Howe is loud tonight.
Yes.
It's a good thing.
They are. They really are.
Aubrey up on Farmersville. That's in the third quarter, 24-0. Whitesboro leading Ponder in the third quarter, 23-8. S&S at the half trailing Wichita Falls City View. And talked about Anna, talked about Pottsboro.
Yeah. Pottsboro one kind of surprises me.
Pottsboro, Mount Vernon, Mineola, and Commerce are all vying for. Well, Pottsboro's got the second place. For third, fourth, it's 3 teams are going for 2 spots.
I believe Commerce beat Pottsboro 2 weeks ago. I think.
I'm not sure on that.
All right.
Commerce has to win tonight, and Commerce has to win tonight if they want to stay in.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with some highlights of the first half, and we'll get the discussion going. 33-14, Lone Oak beating Howe here at Bulldog Stadium.
Real estate is the key to building long-term wealth. Hi, I'm Dana Thornhill, a local Keller Williams realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I can help you. Call the Llama Realty Group. Call 903-821-6890 and ask us about our complimentary services. Opportunities in North Texas are growing quickly, and the Llama Realty Group can help you with all your real estate needs. Just like here at the stadium, execution is the name of the game. The Llama Realty Group gets the job done. Call 903-821-6890 today. Each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
Got hail? Get Hit. Help your home and your community at the same time. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been on the job locally since 2012. Hail damage, wind damage, roof leaks, exterior paint and siding, replace it or repair it, we've got you covered. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been building solid roofs all across North Texas for over 11 years. We will work with your insurance company or your budget to get your home happy again. For a free estimate or inspection, call 972-977-1523. Hit Roof and Exteriors. Got hail? Get hit.
Welcome back. It is 33-14, Lone Oak over Howe at halftime. And I think Steven Braswell's got some stats for us, so I'll let him go over that. Go ahead.
Okay, so totals for Howe for the first half. We Bulldogs have 124 yards total offense. They have 20 rushes for 36 yards. Passing, they are 3 for 8 for 88 yards with a total of 5 first downs for the first half. Lone Oak, total yards 326. They have 19 rushes for 206 yards. Passing, they're 7 for 15 for 120 yards. And they have 15 first downs for the first half.
Wow.
As far as individual stats go for the Bulldogs rushing, we have Knox Bounds, 10 rushes, 40 yards. BU has 3 rushes, 8 yards. And Colin Murphy, 7 rushes for minus 12. And that's
does that
3
sacks?
sacks.
Okay.
Yeah, includes like 3 sacks. Passing-wise, Colin Murphy is actually 3 for 7 for 88 yards and a touchdown. And Rylan Strong is 0 for 1. He had 1 pass attempt. Receiving-wise, we have BU's only receiver that's caught the 3 passes, and he's got 3 for 88 yards and 1 touchdown.
Man, that's a good fantasy stat line right there.
It is.
I would take that.
It's perfect. As far as Lone Oak, as far as rushing goes, Austin
better fantasy stat line.
Yes, another one. Passing, Parnell, 7 of 14 for 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, which was BU's. Receiving-wise, you have Reese Goodwin, 2 receptions, 44 yards. Trey Hubbard, 1 reception, 31 yards with a TD. Nick Counts, 2 receptions, 22 yards with a touchdown. Ovenheiser? I can't never pronounce his name. That's Monty's territory. 1 reception, 18 yards, and Max Ramirez, 1 reception for 5 yards. And that's stats first half.
All right, I guess we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll see if we have time for highlights. So we'll have that more right after this.
Hi, this is Nino Foles.
And I'm Tyler Grisham. We're the only Bulldogs that ever rushed for over 3,000 yards.
Well, I could have had 5,000 in that slot T that y'all did.
I'd had 6,000 if I were 6'8", 220.
Hey, now, both you guys were amazing. Let's just leave it at that.
All I know is that I bet we can agree that Sonic of Howe has great food and big smiles.
Well, it's not just good. It's Sonic good. Hey, Monty, how many yards did you have?
Wow.
Grish, let's go get a Sonic Blast and let me tell you how we beat Pilot Point.
You didn't go 3 rounds, though, huh?
Jeez, guys.
This is Roger Tidwell, the PA dude here at Bulldog Stadium. The radio guys and I always fight over how hot and cold it is up here in the press box. But if the AC ever quit working, not only would Walker finally shut his trap, he would call Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been in Howe for over 50 years. They've been in business that long because they're just good people. Call 903-532-6255. That's 903-532-6255. Shut up, Monty.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Monty Walker along with Justin White, Stephen Braswell, Caroline Slauson, and Jake Roberts here in the Baker Air Conditioning halftime show. Let's go over our highlights. Howe took the ball first and had to punt. They actually were moving forward until they moved backwards. Lone Oak took the ball at their own 42-yard line, drove 8 plays, 58 yards, and scored on a Ohanessian 1-yard touchdown. First and goal from the 1. Parnell wants it. He's going to try to do it himself. That's Ohanessian rather. And on the Wildcat, he'll slip in on the right side for the touchdown. And that made it 7-0 with 7:34 on the clock. Howe took it at their own 25, had to punt again. Gave it to Lone Oak at the Howe 47-yard line. This time Howe got on the board. Second down and 10 as Parnell wants to throw right side. Intercepted! Going to the house perhaps is BU. Look at 20, 15, 10 down the sidelines. It's touchdown time in Texas. Braden Ulmer made it 7-7 with 6:01 left to go in the first. Sorry for the audio. I'm not sure why it overmodulated like that. Lone Oak took it at their own 30-yard line after the BU pick. This is basically the Lone Oak highlights and BU. And it was a 5-yard touchdown by Parnell, who threw it to Courts. Parnell wants to throw across the middle. Easy pickings into the end zone. Touchdown Lone Oak as they slings it over to Nick Counts. Counts made the reception, not Courts. 3 plays, 70 yards for Lone Oak. Made it 13-7 with 4:49 left to go. Bounce fumbled on the Howe's next possession. Lone Oak had to punt it back to Howe. And then Howe took it and punted it back to Lone Oak. Lone Oak had it at the 31-yard line. They needed only 1 play to score. To left. And a quick pass. Fade right down to Trey. First down run by Knox Bounds. So it's 1st and 10 Howe. Left to right. Bounds the carry again. This time he's trapped in the backfield. A loss back to the 31-yard line. And I think we're back up. So we apologize. Let's recap what we've missed if you're rejoining us. It was a couple of carries by Knox Bounds to get a first down. And just the last play, Bounds was trapped for a loss back to the 31. So it's 2nd down and 14 for Howe on their first possession of the second half. Sorry, we had an interruption in our connection there. Murphy's going to try to keep it around the left edge. Nothing doing there. He just ran into a pile of white jerseys.
Yeah, I think there was some confusion in the backfield. He faked it to Bounds. Bounds barely didn't move. I think Bounds was trying to go into pass protection, and so Murphy was having to run for his life while a pack of Buffaloes was going after him. And he gets back to maybe the line of scrimmage, if that. It's 3rd and 15, so, is this again, the Bulldogs don't pass the ball very often, so if this is a passing situation, or I almost say place your bets and try to get him into hands of Ulmer.
Murphy rolls out near side, wants to throw, fires it deep down the field for Crossan. It's tipped, and he makes the catch at the 41-yard line. Crossan on a tip. I say Crossan, cross on a tip. Ryken Cross makes a spectacular catch. Howe wants to go quickly at the Lone Oak 41-yard line. 1st and 10 left to right. They try to draw him off sides. Might have. Murphy, deep ball near side. Up for Ryland Strong. Can't haul it in as it was excellent defense and coverage there by Nick Counts. There's a flag down, and apparently it's going to go against Lone Oak. It was a free play, which Murphy wisely picked it up and just hammered it down the field.
Very Austin Haley-esque. Austin Haley and Malin Walker-esque. Using the center to the quarterback at the defense to jump off sides and then just, like you said, hammer it downfield and see if you can get a free play out of it.
Clock rolling at 7:36. First and about 5. Murphy drops straight back 3 steps, looking, fires it across the middle, incomplete. No one around. Reichen Cross was the closest, but he was 10 yards away from the ball. And it'll be incomplete. They'll redo it. 2nd down and 5 coming up from the 36-yard line.
Stayed in that pocket as long as he could, and then finally it just closed on him. And I think he got his arm hit when he was trying to throw a pass across the middle. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Clock stops at 7:26 here in the 3rd, trailing 40-14. 3 receivers for Howe go split out wide to the left. Ulmer, the H-back, handoff bounds up the middle. Good run there, not enough for a first, but gets up to the 33-yard line. Gain of about 3.
Well, nice run, nice blocking by the offensive line. So Ingram, large Marge, getting a good push on his defender, pushing him downfield. Bounce having some pretty good runs here so far.
Howe's going to lose both tackles to graduation.
2 bookends.
3rd down and 3. Howe looks to the side for the play. 7:04 on the clock as it runs. Now Murphy comes up to the line of scrimmage, says something to the offensive line. They change the play. Bounds gets the call. And they'll fake it to Bounds. Murphy will keep it for a 1st down run inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Whatever the audible was, it worked, and Murphy picks up the 1st.
Murphy does such a good job of when he fakes it and goes straight up the gut at the middle of the defense. Does such a good job just finding holes and finding creases.
He's like a cat. He just is able to make people miss.
Yes. He's not the fastest guy, just kind of shifty a little bit.
As shifty as a lunch pail guy can be.
Yeah, as I was about to say, he's not like Austin Jackson shifty, but he's enough he could be.
Hand off to Bounds. Big crease up the middle. Look out here. 15 down inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. 14 is where they'll spot it. So this is the 9th play of the drive coming up for Howe.
Here comes Bulldogs back, giving Lona a little taste of their own medicine. Quick to the line.
Pistol look for the Bulldogs. They try to draw them off sides again. Can't do it this time. They look to the side. This is more like a 20-22 offense for Howe. You get up to the ball and try to make them jump off sides and then look over to the sideline for the play. And now everybody seems to have the play. 14 on the play clock. Murphy awaiting the snap. Is going to roll out, looking down the field to throw. Left-handed quarterback just tucks it. And he slammed down hard at about the 12-yard line, right around the helmet. No flag. But again, Murphy just scrambles out of the pocket for a yard or 2. And I think they'll give him the 13-yard line. But again, a 10-play drive at least for the Bulldogs to start out of the gate here. We never did have a chance to talk to Caroline.
I think that was about the time we went offline ourselves.
I think we did. Poor Caroline. She's trying to talk to us, and it just won't connect. Maybe it's the cold weather. Handoff to Bounds, wrapped up immediately.
We checked it during halftime. Looked like
everything was working up here, but as we get down there, it just freezes up or something. And our Night Furniture sideline reporter saw her on TV the other night. She was doing some promo for Night Furniture. Had her Bearcat shirt on, her Yellow Jacket shirt on. She's not muted, right? Nope.
I
don't know.
And your mic is on, right?
I don't know. I just don't understand.
It's green, so
it's been one of those days. Clock rolling, and Howe's milking it. Play clock at 14. They come to the offensive line. 9 on the play clock. Murphy is going to keep it up the middle. Lowers his shoulders, does a little spin move to get to about the 6-yard line. Close to a 1st down, but not enough. Need to get to about the 4. And we'll see what Howe elects to do on 4th down
3 yards to go.
Oh, they're going to spot it. That's a bad spot. They gave him the 6.
Yeah, you mentioned Bulldogs are not in a hurry right now. We're a little bit when they got those big gainers, but they've slowed down now.
3:30 on the clock here in the third. Snap back to Murphy. Hand off to Bounds. Racing around the left edge, trying to hurdle one defender. Gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. He's going to be right at the first down marker. It was 4th down. And I'm not sure he got it. It's going to be very close. If they pull the sticks, they ain't got to go far. And that's and it is not going to be a first down.
That one hurts. You had a lot of positive plays on that drive. You got down inside the 10, inside the 10, and just couldn't punch it in, couldn't get the first down.
Howe did take they did. They took over 8 minutes off the clock on that drive.
Man, that much? Wow.
Wait. No. Yes. Over 8 minutes.
Wow, okay.
But the defense comes out now with 3:17 left to go in the third. Lone Oak with Parnell with his feet in the end zone. Claps, wants the ball, gets it. He's going to run it himself. Takes off running around the left edge, and he's trapped there. Finally brought down by Colin Murphy. They'll blow the whistle and rule that he's dead at the 4-yard line. So they'll stretch him out basically for no gain.
Did Ohana see him with the carry?
Yeah,
I think it was number 4. I don't think that was Parnell.
Oh, okay. They've got him in at quarterback now.
Ohana seeing, yeah.
High snap, he'll bring it down. Goes straight up the middle, nothing doing there. He's going to lose some yardage back around the 2-yard line, a loss of 2. And now Lone Oak really trapped up against their own goal line.
Well, Chance, this is kind of the flip side. When you get inside the 5-yard line, turnover on downs, now you got them deep in their own territory.
How do you like that?
If you get 3 and out, you get to flip the field back again. But it's 3rd down now, so you got to 3rd down and 12, so you get a hold right here on this 3rd down.
3 receivers out to the right. A pass to the near side over the shoulder and incomplete. Goodwin covered up pretty nicely by Cross. And it'll be 4th down and punt. 2:11 on the clock on the incomplete pass. And Lone Oak will punt it away. Ball on the left hash at the 2-yard line. So Howe could pin their ears back here and perhaps do some damage. Only
why not?
About 11 yards off the ball is the punter.
That would come right at him.
And I think a timeout's being called. We're going to take 1-2. We'll be right back right after this.
If you're a small business owner in Howe, Texas, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, and an insurance agent that gets you. My name is Corey Hernandez, and I run a State Farm agency. Because I'm a small business owner myself, I understand the unique needs of local business owners. My office and I will make it easy to choose the right protection for you at the right price. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit InsuranceQuoteXHoma.com for your small business needs today.
All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Welcome back. It's 40-14. The Howe Bulldogs are trailing Lone Oak, who are going to have to punt it out of their own end zone. And standing back to punt now, a different punter, Trey Hubbard, will go back there. And he'll stand just on top of the O in Bulldogs.
Don't jump offside.
Snap is back, and Hubbard punts it away. Wobbly kick, very high. Fair catch called for, strangely, by Cross, who had a lot of running room in front of him. But Howe will have good field position starting at the Lone Oak 40 on this next possession.
Well, good job by the defense to go 3 and out, even though they got turnover on downs, as I said earlier. But good job by them to kind of tighten the belt, and now you get another opportunity at this to score, this time in Lone Oak territory. Just got to finish the drive off.
2:04 on the clock. It's the last third quarter of the season. Colin Murphy runs into the huddle, and they break out quickly, 1st and 10. Moving left to right towards the south end zone. Murphy in the gun, bounds to his left. Snap back, hand off to Bounds up the middle. Pretty good crease there for a moment. Positive yards up to the 34-yard line. A good 6-yard gain for Bounds.
Bounds had a pretty good night as far as just pretty high yards per carry. I didn't get a chance to hear it at halftime what he had for Braswell, but he's had a pretty good night as far as running the ball. I would imagine probably at least 5 yards a carry, I think.
Howe had a 11-play drive a moment ago and weren't able to capitalize. Turned it over on downs. 1:17 on the clock. And Murphy is going to keep it himself. Finds a crease up the middle, a shoestring tackle. It's going to finally bring him down at the 24-yard line. A good run by Murphy, and he's still pushing with everything he has. There's a first down run.
This is the last game of his career. Leaving it all out on the field tonight.
12 yards for the Murph. 1st and 10, and whistles. What's this going to be? Full start against Howe. Back it up 12. Or back it up 5.
Back it up 12. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. Ball now rests at the 29-yard line after the penalty. 44, 43, 42 remaining in the second.
Third.
Good Lord.
Hey, guys. Currently, Knox Bounds, 18 rushes, 75 yards.
Pretty good night by the sophomore running back. BU goes in the slot on first down to the left side. Murphy looks that way down the field, intercepted at the 9-yard line. Bringing it up to the middle of the field, spinning out of a tackle and brought down hard at the 30-yard line. It's intercepted by Nick Counts, who's had a game. Late flag comes in.
Got some push and shove and maybe a late hit or some kind of personal foul at the end of the interception or end of the return. I didn't see who that passed for, but it kind of an ill-advised pass by Murphy trying to fit something in there. Safety came over and picked that off.
The officials are still talking about this.
Return back 30, yes. This will probably be tacked on 15. I think it's going to be against Howe, I think.
Personal foul against Lone Oak.
Stand corrected.
But you know what you've been right about all night?
What's that?
Texas Rangers are still the World Series champions.
Can't get that wrong. Nobody can get that wrong. Including the Astros.
They'll back it up 15 and spot the ball at the 15. So again, it was Nick Counts on the interception. And with 14 seconds remaining in the third, Lone Oak comes back out on the field. Perhaps the final play of the third quarter of the season. Here's a jet sweep from one side to the other. Max Ramirez finds the corner, still going down the sidelines, and Murphy finally shoves him out of bounds. Shy of midfield at the 46-yard line. A good run there on first down by Max Ramirez. And that's the end of the third quarter. It comes to the end. We're in the final quarter in the final game. 40 to 14, Lone Oak in the lead. We'll be back right after this.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team, for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
You might know that State Farm agent Corey Hernandez has great service. Corey is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? That's right. State Farm agent Corey Hernandez is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Corey will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Call State Farm agent Corey Hernandez at 903-893-8400 or visit insurancequotetexoma.com. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ball at the 45-yard line. We're in the final quarter in the final game of the season. Lone Oak sends a man in motion as Ohanessian, and a lateral back to Jackson in trouble behind the line of scrimmage. Charles Furr and Braden Ulmer make the stop. It'll be a loss of a yard. Second down and 11 coming up as the ball goes back to the 44-yard line.
Good pursuit by the Bulldogs. A lot of black jerseys on that. Interesting lateral pass. The lateral. Almost like a swing pass. Almost.
Yeah, it was a swing pass, and it certainly went backwards.
Yeah,
I think it was thrown backwards about 2 yards or so, maybe even 3. It was very dramatic. 11:16 on the clock. Man in motion again, coming near side. And another big run by Max Ramirez, and a flag is down right at the line of scrimmage. Holding against Lone Oak. This one will come back 10 yards. 11:10 on the clock left to go in the season. Howe trails the Buffaloes 40-14. Braden Ulmer has scored both touchdowns.
Give credit to Lone Oak. You know, Howe has had their way with Lone Oak these last couple of seasons. Maybe last 3 seasons, 2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
Yeah. And so, last 2 in a row for sure. Lone Oak has really put it to him tonight.
I think Logan Turner is turning the corner for the Lone Oak Buffalo program. Of course, I called, this is how old I am, dating myself. His father, Brad Turner, I believe Sulphur Springs, I want to say.
Yes.
Years and years ago, we called those games back when doing Sherman and Denison. Austin Jackson, a great tackle by BU, cuts him off at the pass. Not much yardage there for Jackson, but he is getting close to the 250 mark, you would think. He'll spot the ball at the 39-yard line. 5 more yards for Austin Jackson.
You're talking about Turner, though?
Yeah, Turner, he had a good football program out in Sulphur Springs. And son getting the opportunity here. Furr coming on the blitz from the left edge, but this is going to be a pass caught. What a great catch. He splits the defenders. Coming down to the 20, down to the 10, tiptoeing down the sidelines. Touchdown, Ohanessian. Another big play, 61 yards on the pass and catch. And Lone Oak extends their lead 46-14.
It was a deep slant across the middle, and I think Colton Little, I believe, was right there, but I think he didn't want to get. He kind of held up just a second to not get the pass interference or not, targeting. It was enough time for Ohanessian to catch it, and make a run for it.
The PAT is a 2-point conversion, which is caught in the end zone as well. And this time on that catch, it was Corbin Johnson. 10:02 on the clock, 48-14. We'll be back.
I'm attorney Micah Belden. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
10:02 left to go in the season, 48-14, Lone Oak on top. Your hit, roof, and exterior scoring drive recap. 4 plays and 85 yards for Lone Oak. And it was a 39-yard touchdown from the quarterback. My goodness. Parnell. I'm losing my mind. I've been up way too long. I've had too much to do today. Parnell to Ohanessian, who will do the chores here for the Tech Wave kickoff. Left to right, the ball will be in the air. We'll see. And he does kick it deep towards Cross. The freshman takes it at the 20-yard line, middle of the field, breaks free for a moment, still on his feet, going to the right side near their bench. 45 near midfield, and he's going to be spotted just shy, I believe, at the 49-yard line. A 29-yard return by Cross, and he's got some wheels.
Man, he does. And you can. And I saw this maybe last week or maybe it was the week before against Bells. You could tell there is an adjustment when you come to varsity, because there was a time where he got the ball in open field and thought maybe he could juke somebody out, and he didn't. But he's got some speed, and we saw it here on this kickoff return. He puts in another gear. And as you get older, you get bigger and stronger. I mean, he's going to be a fast guy. We kind of talked about off air how they've got some speed coming up here through junior high and JV. And if they stick with it, this may be a fun team to watch here in the next couple of years.
Right to left goes Howe from their own 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Murphy in the gun will hand off to a new running back in. That may be Caden Dunn. Showing a little quickness, gets back to the line of scrimmage and gains a yard to midfield. And it is Caden Dunn on the carry.
Dunn, one of the 7 seniors on this team. Getting some touches here in his last quarter of football.
9:27 remaining in the season. And it's soon to be talking about those seniors. It's soon to be that time. 2 receivers right, 3 if you include the H-back. Handoff to Dunn again. He gets a little surge of a couple of yards before he's pushed back. They'll spot him at the 48.
You talk about Dunn being a very quick and shifty guy. We talk about how strong he is. His powerlifting that he takes taking a lot of interest in.
Not a basketball player, not a baseball player. He will be in full powerlifting mode. Maybe even starting tomorrow. He loves it. He's very good at it. Murphy fakes the hand, throws down the middle of the field. That ball's intercepted at the 27-yard line. Coming near side, counts. Who other? He'll be run out of bounds by Ryland Strong and BU on the Howe side of the field at the 45-yard line.
Well, it was a telegraph pass by Murphy. Fake kind of play action across the middle. I think the pass intended for Cross. And the safety was sitting there reading it right as was watching the eyes of Murphy as he threw that ball across the middle and just came and intercepted it.
You were talking when you get older, you get bigger and faster. Sometimes when you get older, you get bigger, but
I say it's got a time frame up to about till you graduate.
Yeah, when you're 49 and you've been on your feet all day, sometimes you need to grab the box and sit on it for a little bit. 1st and 10 and a handoff here. That's Jackson again. And another foot race. 1st down and a lot more down the left sideline. Cuts it back inside, middle of the field. He's on his way to another touchdown. Another one-play drive given up by the Bulldogs. This one 53 yards. Or 47 yards, rather.
Laundry list of things that the has been an Achilles heel of the Bulldogs. Special teams, big plays. Plays like that. Hand off to Jackson. It's a foot race to one side of the field and angles back the other way, and just too fast for the Bulldogs. He may end up having over 300 yards by the end of the night.
I was just about to say that may put him over the 300 mark. Here's the PAT. They have a plethora of kickers they run out there. And that one brings our new score 54-14. 8:04 left to go in the season. We'll be back.
No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home.
Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Mainline break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
One play, 47 yards for Lone Oak for your hit roof and exterior scoring drive recap. That one play was a 47-yard touchdown run by none other than Austin Jackson, who definitely puts him close to 300 yards. Your Tech Wave kickoff coming up. O'Hanessian or Johnson will bang this one away. One or the other. O'Hanessian raises his arm. He's going to let Johnson kick it. In the far corner, and that one will be taken and immediately down is the return man, which is Knox Bounds. I heard whistles, but I don't see a flag.
Bounds returning the Bulldog kickoff.
No flags.
27-yard line.
So the ball looks like it's going to be spotted around the 16, maybe 17-yard line.
Well, we haven't seen kind of a running clock, and I don't know if they would do that on a senior night or not, or if that would.
Hey, actually, that's a 27.
Oh, it is the 27.
And Jackson has 266 yards rushing right now.
Wow.
If you count going back across the field, it's probably 300, but.
yeah, he went one side of the field to the other on that last run, for sure. Murphy going to do it himself. He got about maybe a yard before he was gang tackled. Never left his feet.
Murphy on the quarterback keeper.
You know, when you think about this team, you think of all the adversity. And I think when you mention the 2023 Howe Bulldogs, you can't go very far without mentioning Colin Murphy.
Yes, wait, I'm sorry.
Just stepped into this role unprepared at first and really took the job by the horns. Handoff to Bounds, met hard, goes down after 2 yards, crosses the 30 to the 31.
Exactly what I was going to say was he was not set to be the quarterback in that first game or two. Really, first half, the second half of the first game took a while to get used to, and then off set gate realized, okay, this is me. I guess I'm it, and he's been leading this team ever since.
And when you look back, years from now, you might think, that story might change. It might be how it all began with Cross and Strong. And here's Murphy on the run, throws. It's going to be caught and dropped by Cross, who is upset with himself. He made the catch at the 45 for just a millisecond, and then it hit the turf. Would have been a first down.
Cross trying to run before he caught the ball.
Fourth down coming up and it looks like the punt team's coming on. You heard some of the fans there perhaps yelling, punt, 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 which reminds me of an old story. The PA announcer back in the Norman Dickey era was a guy named Ray Bledsoe, who was the mayor of Howe. Garcia finally punts it away after he ran about 8 yards with the ball. Ball takes a good Bulldog hop to the 38-yard line where Lone Oak will take over. But a key situation in the football game, and that 1970 team was really good. In a key moment, where Howe had gone for it on 4th down near midfield and come up short a couple of times. It obviously frustrated the PA announcer, Ray Bledsoe, at the time, that they kept going for it. And so the next time the 4th down came up, Bledsoe over the PA goes, well, it's 4th down and punt time. And Norman Dickey looked up at the press box and said, we're going for it.
Wow, that's all it took, huh?
That's all it took was a little stubbornness on the part of Norman Dickey, legendary head coach here in Howe from 1964 to 1976. Here's a pass from Parnell, caught by Johnson, escapes a defender, and finally ridden out of bounds by Colton Little on the Howe side at the 32-yard line.
I'm just glad the official didn't call a flag on the PA announcer.
Well, yeah, we've seen that before.
We have seen that.
The great Roger Tidwell, the only PA announcer I ever have heard to get a 15-yard penalty.
Gosh, that was hilarious.
I don't know if he likes us bringing that up.
Does he not? Okay.
I don't know.
We'll leave it alone.
But remember that time Roger Tidwell got a 15-yard penalty?
You can always archive it. You go find it on YouTube. Probably 2018, 2019.
Ball back at the 40-yard line. Penalty on the play. Lone Oak taking their time a little bit. 5:36 left to go in the season. Parnell still in the game, claps a couple of times, wants it, hands off. And coming near side is Ramirez. This time he doesn't break free for a lot of yards, but he does get 5 to the original line of scrimmage at the 35-yard line. A lot of big names here in Howe over the years. I became a Bulldog fan back really during the 85 season. I was in 5th grade. That year they went 3 rounds deep, had a 5'5" running back named Stephen Ogle, who was very fast.
Heard you talk about him.
He was something special. It was his junior year. Ohanessian on the shuffle pass, and he's going to break free. Look out down the sideline. He's gone. 35-yard touchdown for Ohanessian as they add insult to injury and get over the 60 mark. With 4:32 remaining in the season.
Hey, I think that's going to be taunting Lone Oak.
He gave Ohanessian gave a kind of like a peace sign, almost like I think of the Tyreek Hill that did that in the NFL. He did a peace sign as he crossed the goal line, and the official saw it and threw the flag.
Well, that'll be marked off on the kickoff, on the Tech Wave kickoff. As the score will stand at another time. That's a touchdown pass. Who ended up in the end zone?
Ohanessian.
We'll probably skip the highlights in the postgame show and probably just maybe do stats and
just end it.
Get the heck out of Dodge for 2023. They're actually going to move the ball back here instead of the kickoff. And they have not put the points on the board.
I was about to say, are they not counting that?
Ball spotted at the 17, and Austin Jackson hit hard. up the middle by Ethan Mayo, and they whistle it dead very quickly.
Now, I believe that was the flag because I kind of saw I see him put his hand up like a peace sign. And right as he passed the goal line, I saw the official pull up the flag about that time.
Well, wipe the touchdown off then, perhaps, I guess. Oh, this is going to be a pass into the end zone, and that one is good.
Wow. Fade route to the end zone, and just a perfect over-the-shoulder catch by Reese Goodwin. Perfect throw by Parnell, who, again, I mentioned, only a sophomore. Now he's throwing to seniors in Ohanessian, and Goodwin's a senior. Jackson's a senior. Ray Hubbard's a junior.
It's a shame this team isn't making the playoffs. Snap back, it's on the tee. The kick is up. Ohanessian bangs it through. And it is 62-14. We'll take one of our final breaks of the season. 3:36 left.
At Independent Financial, supporting our community is at the heart of what we do, which is why we are pleased to support the Howe Bulldogs. Investing in others and helping our neighbors thrive is what we do, and our friendly, knowledgeable banking team is rooting for you in your financial success. Whether you're saving for college, planning for your family's future, or working to grow your business, we'd love to help you accomplish your goals. Come see us at our location on South Denny or visit us at ifinancial.com. Go Bulldogs! We're cheering for a winning season. Member FDIC.
Real estate is the key to building long-term wealth. Hi, I'm Dana Thornhill, a local Keller Williams realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I can help you. Call the Llama Realty Group. Call 903-821-6890 and ask us about our complimentary services. Opportunities in North Texas are growing quickly, and the Llama Realty Group can help you with all your real estate needs. Just like here at the stadium, execution is the name of the game. The Llama Realty Group gets the job done. Call 903-821-6890 today. Each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated.
3:36 left in the season, and Howe trails 62-14. Another week of head down, looking at your toes.
Yeah.
Ohanessian and Johnson prepare for the Tech Wave kickoff. Ohanessian to boot this one away. High, deep kick going to be taken by Ulmer on the left hash. Runs to the middle of the field.
Get a touchdown. Take it.
Gets outside the defenders. It's a foot race. Look out here. Ohanessian against Ulmer, and Ohanessian, he breaks out of that tackle. But it does give time for everybody to catch up. And once again, it's the Braden Ulmer highlight show. Get that young man the football. That's got to be the goal of 2024. How many goals do you have until you get down to somehow getting Braden Ulmer the football?
You got to. And they move him around the field. They've handed off to him. They throw it to him, but it just seems like he doesn't get the ball enough.
It just seems like a waste.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Dylan Patterson breaks the huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. 3:24 left to go in the game. Three receivers near side. Ryland Strong into the game at quarterback. Fires deep down in the end zone, and that ball is caught for a touchdown.
Wow.
Slammed down hard in the end zone. Trying to see who made the catch there.
That was Colin Murphy.
How about that?
Ryland Strong, the freshman, throwing to the elder statesman Colin Murphy. They switch positions. One goes to receiver, one goes to the quarterback. Murphy going back to his original position and just throws a long, runs a vertical route downfield, just throws it long, and perfect pass right into the hands of Murphy into the end zone.
You got your first touchdown pass of your career, Ryland Strong. The PAT is up and true by Johnny Rodriguez. And our new score, 62-21. We'll keep it here. Does that now give Ryland Strong more touchdowns on the year passing than Colin Murphy?
Maybe, yeah. I thought Colin Murphy had one, though.
Did he get one last week?
That's what I'm thinking. So he may be tied with them.
But do we think he had more yards?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, but that was a pretty nice pass. Now, it wasn't into single coverage or anything.
No.
I mean, Murphy made the great catch.
Yes, it was a pretty good throw and a great catch.
Yeah.
But when I saw him throw it, I thought, man, that kid's got a nice little arm we're going to see for the next few years. And I thought, who's got that on the end of the end catching it? And that's Murphy.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell. It was on the far side on the north end zone. It was hard to see who made that catch, but Murphy came down with it. One play, 30 yards on your hit, roof, and exterior scoring drive recap. And Johnny Garcia about ready to boot the Tech Wave kickoff. Tees it up at the 40. Garcia coming back next year is big, too. Teed up in the middle of the field, right on the X. 10 yards away this time. Runs to the football, and it's an onside kick. And Lone Oak, I thought, initially recovered. And now I think have. It got away for a moment. Howe had hopes that they had recovered that, but yeah, I don't know how much difference it would have made down 62-21 with 3:13 left to go in the game.
You're just trying to get every possession you can and trying to keep it away from this offense for Lone Oak, too. As fast as they've been able to score. But, yeah, again, we talk about the youth, but you got Ryland Strong, if he's going to be quarterback next year, Braxton Buttery, Ryken Cross, playing receiver, Knox Bounds will be a junior.
Preston Reeves on the field here. Handoff to Ramirez, I believe, for 4 yards right at midfield at the 50. Nope, that's still Austin Jackson. They're bound determined to get him to 300.
Well, I guess it's his senior year, too. Last game for him, too. So
yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Say goodbye to Luciano Vasquez, Seth Goolsby, Colton Little. We have not talked enough about him. There's a handoff. Jackson's going to lose yards. If he went over 300, he's back under. Loss of 4, back to the 46.
Ethan Mayo.
Mayo, a defensive end, been a good player this year. Stepped in for Bryce Crosby last year when he had the knee injury. But someone who's always positive and the leader you always think. I mean, you think about Colin Murphy. I mean, right there with him is Colton Little. Just an outstanding young man. So talented in so many ways, too. Of course, he's playing linebacker, and he was excited to get to do that when he heard they were thinking about that in the offseason. Running near side is Ohanessian looking down the sideline. Brought out of bounds by Preston Reeves at the 32-yard line. Clock at 1:43. Yeah, Colton Little built the doghouse for the Booster Club. It was a trailer, and he completely redid the inside of it.
Nice.
Put down new flooring, new lighting, new door. Cleaned it up. And now the Booster Club has something to sell T-shirts and programs and everything else out of.
Rebuilt the doghouse.
He won't be around for the next rebuilding, which is taking place now. It's starting maybe a couple of weeks ago with the influx of all of these freshmen. Clock at a minute. Snap back. And taking it on the run is Ohanessian again down the sidelines. And that will put Lone Oak at 68-21. Have yourself a night, Ohanessian.
Ohanessian coming in. He's a senior. This is the last game of the season for them as well. They had some weapons on this Lone Oak team.
They sure do.
unfortunate for them. They won't make the playoffs, but played some good football this year.
Ohanessian will try the extra point. It's a low line drive kick. It's good. 69-21. 39 seconds remaining in the game. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Got hail? Get Hit. Help your home and your community at the same time. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been on the job locally since 2012. Hail damage, wind damage, roof leaks, exterior paint and siding, replace it or repair it, we've got you covered. Hit Roof and Exteriors has been building solid roofs all across North Texas for over 11 years. We will work with your insurance company or your budget to get your home happy again. For a free estimate or inspection, call 972-977-1523. Hit Roof and Exteriors. Got hail? Get hit.
Hi, this is Nino Foles.
And I'm Tyler Grisham. We're the only Bulldogs that ever rushed for over 3,000 yards.
Well, I could have had 5,000 in that slot T that y'all did.
I'd had 6,000 if I were 6'8", 220.
Hey now, both you guys were amazing. Let's just leave it at that.
All I know is that I bet we can agree that Sonic of Howe has great food and big smiles.
Well, it's not just good. It's Sonic good. Hey, Monty, how many yards did you have?
Wow.
Grish, let's go get a Sonic Blast and let me tell you how we beat Pilot Point.
You didn't go 3 rounds though, huh?
Jeez, guys.
Welcome back. It is 69-21. We're in the final moments of the 2023 season. This season seems to have been over for a while, however, Justin White.
Yeah, especially that when you're after that first game against Leonard. You know, I had some hope going into the district. You know, when you beat Tom Beaton, S&S, were not strong programs, but you look good doing it.
Tioga in overtime.
But just injuries mounted up. We talk about the youth movement kind of coming through here, and then you run into Bells and Gunner, and they just take the wind out of any sails you have.
Tech Wave kickoff is bounded on the ground. Ryland Strong picks it up, middle of the field, now left hash. Howe will finish their final drive from their own 38-yard line. Clock stops at 30 seconds.
Then we got to think about next season, you know, with get a reclassification and a realignment and see where you'll end up. Probably more than likely kind of the same, very similar district.
You really have an idea of who holds the reserve seats in a game like this. It is not the football parents. It is band parents because they gone.
Yeah.
The reserve seats are in the middle section here, right in front of us, and it is virtually empty. Murphy will hand off to Caden Dunn, coming near side, slips the defender. First down run down the sideline, look out 40. 35-30 and tripped up at the 35-yard line. He fell forward to the 30, but they'll actually mark him there, I think. They'll give him the 30. Started tripping at the 35. A good run there, showing his speed, Caden Dunn. 19 seconds.
Get him the ball again. Maybe see if we give him a chance to get a touchdown for his last game.
Murphy, handoff to Caden Dunn. Down the left hash for 3 yards. And that, my Bulldog friends, is the final play of the 2023 season. There's the final buzz.
That's the ball game.
Well, it's not what we expected. Maybe it is what you expected.
Howe finished 3-6 on the year, or 3-7 on the year, and 0-5 in district play. They'll head into off-season, try to regroup, and try to structure this thing around the youth movement.
Yes, I said it's not what we expected. It's not what you hoped, obviously. But like you said, you go back to it and see how you can improve. See what your team will look like next year. But obviously, it's tough to come to a season come to an end like this.
Howe says goodbye to Bulldog Stadium for at least a year. The oldest active stadium anywhere in North Texas. And the team will come face whatever crowd is remaining, some parents have already made their way out onto the track. Again, it's senior night, so it'll be an emotional night for 7 youngsters out there.
Mm-hmm.
And if, you include, there's 3 senior cheerleaders that will also be saying goodbye to this field. Now, they continue to be cheerleaders throughout the year, basketball and such.
Well, we talked about with playing football, being a senior, this is probably the last time you'll, for probably 99% of these guys, I don't know about Cooper Jones, what his plans are, but that you'll never play football again. You can always go out and play pickup basketball or play softball or whatever, but playing football, putting on pads again, more than likely that's the last time you ever do that. And so usually don't hit you until maybe the next day. Maybe it'll hit you tonight.
School song for old Howe High. The scoreboard's off. It won't come back on until August of next year. I think we're going to cut the postgame show. Texas Land and Home Realty postgame show, I think, shall end now. Justin White, it's been a long season. I want to thank you for all you've done throughout the year. Next year, I don't know what my future is around the corner. We'll find out in a couple of weeks, which will obviously put a strain on the things I do outside of my normal job. And I don't have any plans to go away, but I won't find out for sure until November the 14th. And if all goes well, I'll be here, and we'll do another season in 2024, and hopefully all of y'all come back.
Well, I've always said this. I've done this for 7 years with you guys, and you gave me a chance, and it's always a privilege to do it with you guys, do it with you, and give me an opportunity to do this. And you said it, and I'll say it again. I think we got one of the best crews in 3A, and I throw this up with 4A. We put together a pretty good broadcast, I feel like, led by you, and I think we do a pretty good job. And so I'm always looking forward to coming back. And if it doesn't happen, and like I said, it's been a privilege. If we do, then let's do it again.
Well, at some point, if I'm not able to do it next year, there's still basketball and baseball, and I'm sure we could manage in one final broadcast
right
somewhere along the way to put a bow tie on our time together. But like I say, I plan on being here. But you just never know. Life throws you a curve sometimes, and sometimes you just try to hit it out of the park the best you can.
TBD, to be determined.
To be determined, but I have all anticipations of being back next year. And Jake Roberts, we enjoy you being here, and thank you for all you do. You got your notepad and your pen?
I do.
All that?
It's not the same one as last week.
You left something in my truck last week. There's a bag back there.
Is there?
There's a bag in
That's
there.
probably it.
Yeah.
To be fair, that was the Rangers game. That was game 1 of the World Series, and I was trying to rush home as fast as I possibly could.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, if y'all haven't heard, the Texas Rangers are the world champions. Hey, I want to thank Stephen Braswell for all he's done. Stepping in this year for the first time in a while, and did just a remarkable job on stats for us all year long. It's so if you want to put together a good broadcast, you need to have stats at your fingertips, and we were able to have that this year. And good to be back with Braswell. Just good people up here, and it's important when you spend time doing this kind of thing that you surround yourself with good people. And Caroline Slauson is one of those as well. She has not made her way back up here. We've had technical issues with her. We'll try to get a new crowd mic for next year. And not a crowd mic, but a sideline mic and all of that kind of stuff. So seniors are getting handshakes from the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen out there. And it's just it's hard to see the tears on the field from the seniors, but every time somebody straps on a black helmet, at some point it comes off. And, that was hard a year ago with my son, and he was supposed to be out there this year and supposed to be out there right now. And, perhaps we're talking about different things tonight if your kid's on the roster and if your kid's a senior. But, the MCL tear and a lot of, just factored into him deciding not to play football this year, and it was tough on old Dad. But, stood by him, and you're a parent, and you say, hey, I support you, and you're a parent before you are a broadcaster and a fan for sure. So those are tough moments. But, hey, he's ranked 5th or so in his class. Looks like he may go to Austin College, and so good things there on the horizon for that young man. There's more important things to football, and I hope that's stressed by parents out there tonight too.
He'll be okay. He'll be good.
He'll be fine. So I don't have any other final words on the 2023 season. Anybody?
Well, it's been a tough season. It's been, this wasn't what we hoped, but like I said, you hope to improve next year, and see what you got going on.
You got all kinds of hugs going down on the field. We're going to end the Texas Land and Home Realty postgame show. Thanks once again to all of y'all, Justin White, Jake Roberts, Stephen Braswell, Caroline Slauson. I'm Monty Walker. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to the Texas Land and Home Realty Team post-game show. How Bulldogs football is a product of Studio 42. The full replay of the game will be available within minutes on this same link on YouTube and howenterprise.com. How Bulldogs football is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Independent Financial, GC Easy, Sonic of Howe. Also brought to you by Corey Hernandez State Farm, Rapid Electric, Brother Plumber, Attorney Micah Belden. Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, Michelle Carney Photography, HIT, Roof and Exteriors. Also brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm, the Llama Realty Group, TechWave, Knight Furniture, All-In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, Texoma Land and Home Realty Team.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all.